Hello everyone, welcome to Bally's Big Bet Poker Live, coming to you from the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. Today's cash game is with the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew. This is a 5-5 no-limit hold'em cash game. The $5 ante straddles from any position to any amount or live, and a large, always-on deuce to 7 game, and the stand-up game for $50 each per person. So while it's a 5-5 game, this is going to play like 10-25 or even 25-50. Lots of really big pots. The interesting thing about the Absolute Nuts crew is they all play with each other pretty regularly. The three main founders have known each other for a fairly long time. Last night, it's pretty much the exact same lineup. So all the players played in this game last night.
It's a tough game, Allan.
We have David, Robert, Matt, John, Absolute Nuts David, Allan, AJ, Megan, and Corey. We'll end up talking through as the night goes on. We had the biggest winner last night. It was plus $12,000 with the largest loser last night at minus 7K. So this is a very big 5-5 no limit game.
And it's not pot limit, it's just chip all my chips in and win the first hand?
Correct.
Oh, there's no button yet.
Looks like they are starting it off with a double board bomb pot. These bomb pots are pretty typical at dealer changes, also, of course, to start the night. They also often do really big flips at $100 each a person as well.
Oh shit, what is in the board?
We do not have a delay,
Guys,
which is why we do not have hole cards up.
anybody has glasses
However,
for
of course, at the end of hands, we will get to see some hole card information.
How can you drive without them? Go to jail.
We have a $100 bet here from Absolute Nuts David, also known as Don David. He is one of the founders of Absolute
He
Nuts.
probably has said right now.
$100 bet here.
Remember what he said, Allan. I was like,
Remember, be nice with your junior.
How's it going, Streetland?
American in Florida.
We're, of course, live on Twitch and YouTube. Big Bet Poker Live on Twitter as well.
Our poker night was headed on the road a few places.
Yeah.
Wait, what I have?
The two Davids are going at it. We have David S. and Absolute Nut David. Stream just started, so we are just heating up. It's the very first hand. $625 in the pot. With a $300 river bet here.
I have 9-5 and 9-5.
Two pair and a straight's probably good enough to scoop this. It's gonna be pretty close.
9-5, 9 of clubs, 5 of
What the? I go all in.
Never mind. Sounds like it was a chopped pot.
We're filming in here, and we're being filmed out there, being filmed in here. Look at, you can't see that far.
I won the top board.
The guy in the...
So David S., he loves to travel. Rich D is his nickname. Used to be a club owner, cash player, and has played all over the world. And he absolutely loves sports bet and football, which is a
I want to hold in the flips.
Why don't you tell your parents to come by and bring...
very common theme of the night.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. But then they will do it in a heartbeat.
You give David your glasses.
Absolute Nuts David, Don David's nickname. He owns a YouTube company. Used to be an online grinder.
Wait, when I win, they button.
You don't need
All right, button
Oh,
start.
hey guys, stand up.
Stand-up game is now live for $50 a person.
Start the legal watching, please.
Can you tell the street? Can you tell?
The official...
Wait, can I ask something? Can I ask something to the street?
Raise to 7-5.
No hold cards until the end of the hand, but we will get that information at the end. This is a completely live game.
Jonathan's money, the Lambo. He drives.
We are on no delay.
Bro, you asked the question.
Okay, so the question is that fair that Jonathan's money pay 25 or 50? Please make a
I
ruling.
need to make a case really quick. If I pay out 400, that is more than, or it's almost half my stack. It's more than a third of my stack.
But then you just reload.
Yeah.
Yeah, relax. You have unlimited
Or
bankroll.
start with a bigger stack.
Yeah.
It's my chat.
Well,
so it's
ask street to make a ruling.
told me to ask
Keep
for
in
it
mind,
if
Street,
you
there
just
has been
take
precedence
too
that
long.
where other...
But it's a deal.
We have a raise to $75 from Ajaz. Call from David S. From Under the Gun and Undergun +1.
You play your
Now
case.
And Jonathan defending the big line as well.
It's on his
Pot size is $235. 3-hand for this flop. Everyone's sitting about $2,000 deep. Deuce to 7 game is live, so we certainly could have a flop full house.
Check.
Check, check. They all check. Check around.
Checks around.
Seven deuces.
Another 7 came out.
Check.
7 deuce looking a little less likely.
On the river. We're gonna go for it here. 125.
Bet 125. Fold.
This probably won't work for you.
Friendly little $125 pot. Sorry, bet into a $360 pot.
Nice hand.
I had the same.
Your commentator of the night is Ryan LaPlante. Tournament player for the most part, although I do play cash games as well. Jonathan here with a full house getting paid off. How's it going, Craig? Good to see you. Ryan Stoker, how's it going?
Thank you.
Yep. Leave this upside down. Leaving it upside down.
Doesn't.
It's fine. Doesn't matter.
You know the other guy?
For those of you who are just now
give you $20
stopping by, this is the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew. All these players are very, very familiar with each other. They play with each other all the time. So we're essentially watching a nice, fun home game among friends that plays very big.
You can negotiate that, like 75 and then maybe more in the middle.
I give an extra $10.
35, sir.
$35.
Thank you, Craig. You too.
I like my butt. I like my butt.
Megan goes by this nickname Vixen.
More like I just think like that.
What did he have?
I had a pocket seven for I swapped it.
That is 10. Suited.
Oh, someone did that last.
Fold. Fold.
Oh, I wonder.
I don't know. I wonder.
We have a $5 call here by McShovin,
Yeah.
limping in. AJ the Pro raising to $25.
Against Coin Station.
9 folds.
AJ is a pharmacist.
An ace. He said he had an ace.
Generally plays for fun. Started playing 1-3. Met the Absolute Nuts players at the MGM. Also loves to sports bet, mostly NFL. He is on a nice sized heater, winning $12,000 last night in this game.
Check.
3 ways to the flop on Ace King 9 Rainbow.
50.
With a limp from McShovin pre and AJ
I don't know
isolating.
what
$50 continuation bet to an $85 pot.
He's thinking. He's processing the law. Probably doing some
He shows Jack 10 for a gutter ball.
looking up some videos.
Streetwear. There's a personal note.
Those of you who are interested, John here as well is also streaming this game,
Equal plus, and I want bigger for
showing his own hole cards. If you want to have them both up, you can see this big, the overhead view, and also get to see his hole cards.
the 1K threshold.
Fun way to sweat this if you need to have hole cards, but we are showing the cards at the end of every hand, so you will get to see every player's decision at the end. At least those are those who are in the pot at the end.
Call.
Who do you
The guy with the
think?
button.
What do you have?
Drag time.
Raise to 50.
$50 open here from Corey Eyring. He is a poker YouTuber.
It's a 5-5K.
He is very recent to this group. He's only met them a handful of days ago.
Yeah, especially in this.
He absolutely loves to play poker and mostly loves to be put into really big and tough situations.
Raise 200.
We have a raise to 50, call from AJ the Pro. Allan is 3-betting here now to $200.
Play in a 5-5 game.
4x size 3-bet.
1 fold. 2 raise to 400.
What?
Fold.
Like a
Fold.
quarterback. I'm
Fold.
AJ has 4-betting to $400.
And call.
Cold 4 out of position from AJ here.
Heads up.
Do you have a button?
Heads up 4-bet pot, 915 in the middle. Heads up to the Queen Jack 8 rainbow board.
Check. Check.
Ajaz checks his option, and
Street, you need to tell us because none of us have a
looks like Allan checks back. Jack of spades on the turn, bringing in a turn flush draw and a board pair.
Bet 300.
Ajaz betting $300 into a $915 pot. It's about 1/3 pot. Allan very quickly calls this bet.
You know, in Spain, Spain,
1500 in the middle. Ajaz checks.
is your bet.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Allan here.
Should be $50.
streak. God damn.
So, what is the ruling?
You just heard the ruling.
Is that okay with you?
500.
If that's the case, then everybody who plays has to do 55.
Okay. Perfect.
$500 bet here from AJ's going to get taken down. AJ's here with the ace king cold 4-bet. Allan calling with the ace jack, flopping that middle pair, turning trips,
It's the exact same thing when you guys swap action in the flip.
But like,
and getting a little bit of value from it.
Yeah, it's really bad for me, but
$25.
I still do it.
But who's gonna do it?
Alan,
If you are new to the stream and didn't hear the little introduction, this is a 5-5 no limit hold'em game. However, $5 ante, straddles to any amount allowed from any position.
Not
They
really.
have the Deuce to 7 game going and the stand-up game going for $50 each a person. So very, very, very big 5-5 game.
I still play it that way. I always.
Really more like a 10-25 or 25-50.
When we have another person, we ask.
We have a $50 button straddle.
We have a $50 straddle.
No, I think it's fair if it applies to everybody that joins.
Oh yeah.
who else does it ever not apply to?
Vixen here in
If
the
we have somebody who's never played
big blind. Looks like she is going to raise
The girls must.
to $150
Play for 25, right?
I would like to make
after David calls out of the small
applies
blind.
to everybody that plays regularly. If we have like a one-time special guest that's just playing one time, then there could be an exception. But if it's somebody who plays regularly, then it should apply.
Mario is new here, so he wants to play for $10.
I get a free roll, actually.
Mario gets a free roll.
Mario gets a free roll.
150, yes. Straddle call 150.
Right, Luigi?
Actually, people, that was my
So
custom.
you're getting like 4 to 1 because you know they're going nowhere.
Call.
And we have a call here from Ajaz, who was the button straddle.
So that's the ruling.
All right, I got half of you. Okay, let's-
Three-way pot, $455 in the middle. Jack, Jack, 7 with a flop, the diamond flush draw. Vixen had raised that straddle pre-flop, and she's going to continue with her aggressive action, betting $250 into a $455 pot. A little bit above half pot.
Call.
I think
634.
if they don't have a bankroll, like
up.
she has unlimited bankroll.
Ajaz calls from his button straddle.
And even in the street, we make him pay half. Full.
Turn queen of clubs, adding another backdoor flush draw. Nice little double flush draw board.
Bet 350.
Vixen now checking, and Ajaz betting $250 into about a $1,000 pot. We've got $1,450 in the middle. 4 of spades on the river. Pretty blank card. And goes check, check.
Wow. Winner,
What?
winner, winner.
What?
Vixen taking it down with her pair of 7s.
What's
Alan.
up?
Huh?
What?
Go Allan.
Didn't I?
I think so.
Ajaz here giving up on his
Ace
busted
king.
straight draw.
King, king, 10 board.
That was sick.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you.
That was actually a sick fucking hand.
She's too good, bro.
Sorry for your RBQ.
Why I'm willing to put $25 out, 250 to 25.
They can take down the pot. Not having to say.
I'd like a rolling.
It's like yesterday he had a ruling, fair ruling. Again,
He's always going to be fair, to be honest.
he's the first of all.
This is a very friendly home game. All these players know each other very well.
He could have been biased because
No, he wouldn't be biased. I'm just saying.
We had this game running last night with the biggest winner being AJ the Pro for plus 12K. Biggest loser last night being down $7,000.
Coinbase. Hey Corey,
But I don't.
should we close that door?
Then,
AJ the Pro, under gun plus 2 is opening to $20.
Can we close one?
Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 callers. So we have a 5-way flop with $110 in the middle.
Aria, Resort World.
the explanation of that is like.
Embellishing.
The ace 10-10
Right.
rainbow board.
Both doors?
Pretty good chance someone's going to have a 10 here, of course.
The noise. We don't care about, I mean, we want people to come in here.
75.
Oh, we can get a rail. We can go on the rail.
Like David's parents.
Sorry.
Yes.
Allan here betting $75.
Okay, guys, I'm up. I'm locking it down.
I do.
Oh, this is it.
Getting called by AJ.
See you guys later.
+2 and +3. So we have a check call from AJ. Turn flush draw. Both of them check. River Queen coming in. A block bet and a call. It's going to be a chop pot. And nobody loves a chop pot. Let there be blood.
I just wanted to see if my boy was like, no, it's a chop. But fuck no, he was ready and willing and able to let my cards go in the muck.
It's a chop. I already know it's a chop.
I was ready to muck, and you didn't say, no, don't muck, Allan, it's a chop.
Not mucking out.
Allan here, he's an ex-jeweler. He's one of the co-founders of Absolute Nuts.
We're buying.
Nope.
Been playing for 20+ years. Met most of these players about a year ago.
Straddle.
His nickname is Mr. Vegas. He absolutely loves the sports, but mostly doing UFC and football, and made $3 grand last night.
Favorite.
Sit 5 fold. Yes. $10. And sit 5
40.
fold. Sit 6 raise to 40.
We have a raise here to $40
Almost dead.
and a
You
call.
were thinking.
He was thinking.
That's a good thought.
Another call from AJ.
So weird. I had like a late lunch with
Sit
him
1 raise to 200.
today. And he had
3-bet to $200 from Jonathan here and +3.
Oh, that means he's not bluffing
how
because
he
he has a
grew it in
button.
like 4 hours.
So I have
With the cold call from David here in the cutoff.
Actually, no, I forgot I had a button, and then I raised, and then I realized I had a button.
Have the nuts.
How can you see?
Pretty much every pot here has been a couple $100 or more,
Folded it.
I closed the
and
money.
most of them have been over $500.
Jonathan, is there
It's not your average 5-5 no limit game.
in one night?
We have a 3-way 3-bet pot for $700.
Rolling with it.
7K. David, how much you buying for?
5K.
Ace Jack 9 with a Jack high flush draw on board. Looks like Jonathan here is counting out a decent sized bet,
350.
betting half pot
1 bet 350.
in this 3-way 3-bet pot.
Fold.
And is going to take it down with deuces.
That's it, right?
Yes.
Oh, I have a button.
Don't you dare.
You really,
flip it.
really wanted to show.
I thought you were about to just said.
Aces?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh,
Everyone here is going very, very hard.
nice one, nice one. I feel like you're.
You know, I'm more of a tournament player, but when I see cash games like this, it certainly makes me wish I was more of a cash game player. That is for sure.
That is king, buddy. I swear to God, I show Corey.
Seeing fun action games like this is definitely what poker's all about.
How come you speak so
Straddle,
good
6
English?
5. $10.
How come you speak
speaks 5 languages.
perfect
English.
English?
No English.
It's an online English course.
Oh, you took my online course, right?
See,
Okay.
Next, he's gonna take the citizenship course that you just posted.
Straddle.
Limp.
Call.
I'm originally from Canada, Cloud. That was
Call.
my time, but
8 fold.
Relimp.
I haven't been there in my
Sit 9 call.
Oh, Canada.
I told them yesterday.
Okay, when in Rome.
Fold. Call.
We have a straddle to 10 with a bunch of callers.
David's limp raise plans
6 player.
failed.
One picture of this. Same thing.
That's true.
6, looks like 5 players to this flop.
Silly.
$55 in middle.
Still,
Jack
not the
8-6
nuts.
rainbow.
It's like a limp raise, but everybody, I checked.
Check.
Everybody knew where I was going.
now you
3
can.
bet 150.
Oh, David Silva.
Fold.
I'm so fucked. I'll probably need to.
Call.
Allan bets $115 into a $55 pot, betting 2x pot.
And 9. And 9.
Wait, straight.
The nuts.
Straight. Is this like...
Robert is not commentating
He
tonight.
said, do you have a button?
Well, you always
Is this
allow
a
that.
reminder?
Commentator tonight is Ryan LaPlante. I am a longtime poker professional.
I think we need to consult straight on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna veto that.
Robert might be joining me in the booth, but I know he plans on playing in this game tonight.
Right? Internet lawyer.
You're going to like it until you get his $750 an hourly bill.
Yeah, but right now he's free.
For you.
We have to take advantage of it.
All right, first card's a good one. Second card, we don't want to see any spots here.
Those of you now just checking us out, we are a 5-5 no limit game here by the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew. This, of course, is at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. We
Megan Cito? You
have a raise of $25, couple callers. Vixen here is going to 3-bet to $100.
Anyone else like
Are you gonna put your
14?
energy? You have to root for me.
Allan calls,
And
Oh, yeah.
you can root for Allan.
Please.
Ajaz calls, and David
Good
calls.
for you.
I
got
checked
you.
to Megan.
We have a 4-way 3-bet pot.
But there's 2 other people.
I'm saying I'm checking.
He's starting.
So we'll get the hole cards at the end of the hand.
Vocabulary isn't as...
The upside of not having hole cards is we are not on a 30-minute delay. This is entirely live for everyone.
Check. And check around.
In this 4-way 3-bet pot, Jack 7-7 with the heart flush draw, turn ace of clubs,
2 fold.
$75 bet from Allan.
Right.
Ace Queen's going to take it down. So while this is a 5-5 no limit game, you can straddle to any size
I have a
from
button.
any
I'm
position.
not showing because
This is not a rerun.
I have a button, so...
You do get to see the cards at the end of the hand.
Allan's bluffing.
So you can straddle to any size from any position. On top of that, they have a $50 per person Deuce to 7 game and a $50 per person stand-up game, both of which are pretty much always on.
I had 2 fours.
So this game really is like more like a 10-20 game. I mean, I think the smallest pot we've seen is $200, and most of the pots we were seeing are anywhere from $500 to $1,500 so far.
I got it.
And it is just starting, and I'm sure we'll play a lot deeper as the night
So,
goes
we
on.
tickled that turn a little bit, but like it wasn't the one I wanted.
We got very close though.
So
Wait, you just said I tickled?
we tickled it.
Raise.
Like we didn't smash it or hit it, but we tickled
It's
it.
a Mario thing.
We have an open to $25 and a 3-bet from Ajaz to $75.
Experience.
Experience.
Experience in the pipes.
And Mexico.
Fold.
You want the button?
On 9.
Yes.
Ajaz, I believe, bought in for $1,000. So it's now down a bit.
Where did your money go?
That's the problem.
Right.
What I mean, Megan?
Megan, that's not nice.
That's not nice.
Only $50 more for Jonathan to call. He 4-bets all in.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought you bought it for like 2,000.
And looks like they are going to run it. Jonathan here at 7 deuce. If he wins this, that is $50 per person on top of this. Just needs a 7 or a deuce to win a very nice sized pot, and instead the ace queen holds.
Ace queen.
I had a 9. You had 7.
Good block.
That is a nice little 7 deuce sweat that did not work out.
Good job, Ajaz.
So if 7 deuce had won, he would have been owed $50 from every player, so would have gotten a nice $400 pot sweetener on top of that.
I was going to call.
You were close. You didn't hit a pair.
But it's clean. So
Everyone here played last night.
that's how you win. When
Once
you're
again, the biggest winner last night winning $12,000, and the biggest loser losing $7K, which, this really is more like a 10-25 game in terms of stakes.
So down the mat, David.
Last time.
Ajaz, his nickname is Candyman.
I do not.
Because of some of the businesses that he owns.
Hello, everybody.
He really enjoys just beating good players, and that is really his goal tonight. So far, stacks tonight. Corey Eyring has the biggest stack at just under $7,000. AJaz here had bought in for 1,000, but is now sitting at 815. Looks like our VPIPs tonight, our top VPIP 70%, and our tightest are around 20. But of course, very, very early in, I'm sure these numbers will shift a lot. Allan, our current biggest winner at plus $1,100, and AJaz, our biggest loser so far, at minus $1,100. So it looks like he had bought in for 2K and is down just a little bit.
Where'd the VPIP?
You put that name?
So everyone bought in for a minimum of 2,000, with the bigger stacks buying in for,
AJ the Pro.
I believe, around 7,000 each.
Wait, what are we playing?
Double.
Why we don't play 7 cards?
7-card double win?
We would, except you have trouble counting that many cards if you use cards.
6 of cards.
Right, literally cannot see shit.
You literally need your glasses.
Check. You good?
Check.
They're doing a double board bomb pot. They do this at every dealer change.
Everybody check the flop. Everybody check the flop.
Everyone checks the flop.
You need the Chihuahua.
We have a heart flush draw possible on both boards.
Hey, can we play
6, 7, 8
Hold'em
hearts
Chihuahua?
on top board on flop with an 8 board pair turn. Jackson 5 rainbow with the
Double board,
queen
Hold'em
of hearts on turn, bringing a turn flush draw.
Fold, Eric's having a...
Allan bet $75 into a $225 pot. David S is going to call.
6 folds. 7, 8 folds.
And they're heads up to the turn. Allan being in the small blind and David from under the gun +1.
Sylvia asked,
Sorry.
Where's your mustache?
Sorry, I'm bulking. There's a few grams of
River
protein.
King of Clubs up top. Pretty much
You
all
gotta where you can
flush
get.
draws,
You
straight draws,
really just
brick.
go where you can.
River board pair on the bottom being the 5. 5 is a fun card because someone could easily have the bottom end straight.
I have absolutely
Draw.
nothing.
3 calls.
Go.
Allan just running
Jack right on the top.
he's the one that said,
Fold on the
let's
bottom.
F Ginger.
kind of a weird blocker bet here and is going to find a
Oh,
chop.
I made a pair of
And
sixes.
now he comes back to the chat. saying,
I'm looking for like to bluff with some hearts. Wow, I got lucky there.
Wait, what do you have, bro?
David, just pay attention to the mustache.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, what is the 9?
He has a straight.
David here with the full house according to Wendell on the
No,
low
for real,
board,
what do you
and Allan's pair of 6s.
Oh my god. Megan, I really don't.
6s and 8s, of course. is
I'm going to call my
high
mom to give me my glasses.
Alright, buttons in 9.
How many peeps are on the absolute nuts?
They move it on the collection and then they don't move it on.
Really should get them. You're gonna have a headache in an hour
I know.
too.
Well, we're not doing
It's
this.
not just that you
It feels
can't.
more
Alright, and
comfortable
it's
that you're
$10
streaming
channel,
there.
Are you
Knowing that
sure?
we're streaming everywhere.
Huh?
Are you sure that on the straddle
You're
is?
holding the camera. It doesn't feel like we're doing that other one.
Standing on it.
Oh, the button game's almost over. David, you're heads up for the button again.
We're 3 ways.
No, 3
Don't
ways.
tell him because he can't see.
Looks like they're 3-handed in the stand-up game.
6 folds, 7 folds. Yeah. 30 from seat 8. Yes.
We have a raise to $30 from AJ the Pro.
2 and 3 folds.
He was our big winner last night at plus $12,000.
Seat 4 raise. 120.
He is a pharmacist who loves to sports bet, the NFL being his
Megan,
favorite.
for sure saw one of your videos, bro.
Studying from Corey.
Vixen's going to 3-bet to $125 from plus 1.
Just a bit has put more money in.
Going
Really.
a little bit larger out of position.
That's what I heard in the video. If you don't know, you just put more money in if you don't know what to do. If you
And
don't
AJ calls where heads up,
More money until they
I am
fold.
in the next.
a 3-bet pot. Pot size is $305.
2 players.
And you don't have a bluffon.
Flop is Ace 5 Deuce with
what's up?
2 diamonds.
I have a baton. What are you talking about?
Oh, you do have a bluffon.
How you doing?
75, seat 4.
Hey, how are you, man? How you doing?
Vixen continuation
thank
bets
you.
for a little bit over half pot,
Sorry, bro.
and
fucking
AJ
sweating.
How are you
calls.
doing? You're eating so healthy, man. That's not good.
Allan sweating with them. Turn 6 of diamonds, bringing in a turn flush being possible, as
Shit.
well as a straight flush with the 3-4 diamonds.
Seat 4. 275.
Vixen's going to double barrel, $275 for a little bit under half pot, and taking it down with her ace-10 with the ace of diamonds. AJ with deuce 3 of hearts, flopping a pair and a straight draw, folding with flush.
Yeah, I'll hear later. Don't worry.
Hit that subscribe button, everyone. Check out the Big Bet Poker stream as well.
It's really important tonight. Deuce to 7 is $50 a person, and the stand-up game is for $50 a person as well.
Did she show?
Top of this having a $5 ante.
I have pocket aces.
This has been a very, very, very action game. Certainly one I personally would absolutely love to play in. If you would like to play in Big Bet Poker Live, all you have to do is message them on Twitter.
No.
And if we can get you into a game and something fits and we have an opening,
You know he's just coming to get the button from you.
check it out. Streams going to involve games like this. It's going to involve some bigger games as well. Try to get a pretty good mix of everything. So you don't need to be a high roller to play a fun stream game and a wonderful
I
occasion.
just don't know how to play. I don't know how to play this
We have a
game.
raise to $30, 3-bet to $100, and a cold 4-bet, McShoving to $400
Hey, Josh.
What does that got to do with you?
Nothing.
with a cold call from Ajaz out of the small blind for about half his stack.
Should ask, can I say hi to the black cat guy?
I'm all in.
Wait, do I have? Oh, I have holes.
Vixen 5-bet jams for $2,000.
Megan Cito, I love you. Thank you.
And I have a book.
Thank you, Megan Cito. I hope you lose, bro. I fold.
I appreciate your honesty.
C6 full.
I'm all in.
He forbid with 7 deuce.
Good luck.
And C2.
Good fucking.
Oh my.
So we have a
200, there's an 8.
three-way all-in.
And running it.
Ajaz all-in for $780.
Once?
One time.
Vixen and McShovin all-in for $1,365.
Oh my God, you actually had a
I
hand.
was trying to.
So there's about
Man.
$2,500 in the main
no.
pot
crushing me?
and
I don't know, what do you have?
$1,300 in the side pot.
We're in trouble.
Give or
7
take.
deuce. You won, Megan Cito.
Oh shit! I have a boat.
You.
How crazy she has a boat.
Megan Cito,
We're not
you
done.
won.
Turn nut flush draw for Vixen here is going to give her a decent number of outs.
What does everybody have?
I don't know. What does everybody has?
Hold. Hold.
King.
McShovin's queens are going to hold and take down this $3,600 pot.
What? Wow. Wow.
Now you can.
Just a three-way 5-bet all-in with ace-jack offsuit, ace-queen offsuit, and pocket queens.
Now McShovin showed up.
Now it's coming out.
McShovin bringing out his very creative mask.
We were not done.
It's clean.
Ace jack.
Ace queen with ace of spades.
1365.
So McShovin, also known as his real name, Matt. He's a cash player, lives in Las Vegas, plays for part-time. Been playing for 15 years, and last night he lost $5,000, so he's making a little bit of a dent into last night's game.
Ace jack, ace queen. Almost hit that spade on the river there.
King 10.
You got an ace of spade? Yeah, wow.
Hey,
Like I said, while this is a 5-5 game, I mean, we had a $12,000 winner last night and a $7,000 loss last night. So to me, this really is more like a 10-25 game.
Well, that wasn't a good time to squeeze. That was a terrible
so
squeeze.
we
that
owe,
hand.
we owe one flip.
Thank you so much. Button there, thank you.
They often do double board bomb pots on dealer changes. They do $100 flips, and then
Bro, in Megan's defense, you fucking forbade me with those 5.
I heard about McShovin.
and apparently there have been 4 bets with Deuce 5 offsuit, even though that is it's a Deuce 7 game is live for $50 a person.
I think his 4-bet is like still 30% of the chart. That was like
Action on 6.
This group of players, they are known by the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew. 3 of the founders here,
7, 8 folds.
and then a bunch of their friends as well.
Raise to 25.
We have a straddle to $10 with a
getting
limp,
there.
and then a raise to $25.
C2 raise to 200. 3 and 4 fold.
We have Raise 25 from Allan. Call $25 from Jonathan. AJazz is going to 3-bet to $300.
I was going to do something with this, bro. But I literally was going to make something happen.
It's funny. I was
It is absolutely impossible that you have a worse hand than me. It's impossible.
Can we see it?
Maybe.
Well, maybe if I fold, I'll show you, but I haven't decided. Would you buy in for 2,000 more?
Yeah.
And you already have a button. Are you feeling lucky? 2 chips. Let's go.
C1 fold.
I need 7 or deuce on the flop.
Allan is feeling lucky, bro.
7 or deuce on the flop.
3-bet pot heads up here between Allan and AJazz.
Check.
200.
King, queen, 4, 2 diamond flop.
200 from 2.
Bro, you said it aloud. Oh my God!
Deuce.
What the fuck, bro?
The other option.
We would have.
got
I had the
The
nuts.
7 deuce game is live.
7 deuce?
Oh my
No.
God.
All right, that's everybody.
AJazz getting an extra $400,
God.
$50 from each person. 7 deuce game.
I officially don't know
I
how
need
to
one
play this game.
minute.
Thank you so much.
I was going to open it to 100, but then I know that he knows that I know. So then I'm like, okay, it's better for me to just limp and re-raise or do some shit like that. But I had Jack 4.
Winning the most right now.
Action 6.
Almost tripled it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
7 folds. C-Day 30. Allan, you want to look?
You can look. You look.
I look.
AJ opening here to $30.
I think you want to come. I think it's a good hand. I don't know.
Well,
Actions on 9.
I
think I would have. No.
Just remember that makes
I
sure
raised.
4-bet all in with 10
C9.
fours.
It's a really good hand, but
75.
I raised.
4-bet all in.
C1 fold. C2 call. C3 call. Fold from 4.
Allan 3-bets to $75. Gets cold call from AJazz. David also calls.
I thought that's why you were. I really thought you were.
New player.
350.
That was your joke. All right.
C8 raises.
New player.
350.
Who made it a quarter?
Him.
He made it a quarter to start?
Yeah. But have you seen your hand?
AJ 4-betting to $350.
It's either 7 deuce or a monster.
I think I've seen more 3 and 4-way 3-bet, 4-bet pots
Because maybe you can raise, bro.
in the first 15 hands of this game than I've seen
Because if I don't
in
raise, and he's going to think I have like some bullshit.
probably my last 100 hours of play.
You can raise.
So this is an action game.
All right, timeout. No, it's still call.
What are you doing, bro?
I'm going to look on the flop.
C3 fold.
So we have a 3-way 4-bet pot,
No, I don't remember.
All right, well, this
$1,100 in the middle.
Okay.
Queen Jack 5 rainbow board. AJ being the 4-better pre-flop and first act.
150.
C-Day 150.
Should I look or call? Hurry up.
One player per
I
hand.
don't want one player per hand, bro.
Thank you.
1 player per hand.
Call. 3 players.
3 players still to the turn. 1,600 in the middle. Turn deuce of spades, adding a turn spade flush draw. AJ's all in for $930 into a $1,500 pot. Hole cards are shown at the end of the hand as we are not on a delay.
9 fold.
There's no delay whatsoever.
C2 fold.
You have a bluff?
AJ flopped top set.
Fucking monstrous right there. AJ the pro.
AJ has had ace king. I'm surprised we didn't see an all-in pre-flop.
Just let me flop. I should have shoved. I had ace king.
Ace king.
But why you didn't show pre-flop?
I should have shown.
Much better.
You do get the hands at the end of each.
I have not hit ace king at all on flop. I had an ace king against Allan when he hits ace jack. So I've been.
But it's easy. You shove, and then you don't want variance, and you run it twice. Who cares? And you're going to win one of the boards.
He's one of our ones, bro.
Actually, you probably will.
Dave, you cost me $500 to walk back over here. A piece of shit hand.
$10 strategy.
You could have seen it.
I mean, you could have just like let it go.
No, I love that hand.
Seat 6 calls.
That's my hand.
So who's in the button game?
5 and 6 calls.
Me and Curry.
All right,
8 folds, 9 calls.
I'll participate because. Did you win that hand? The guy that won over 10,000 last night with some bullshit.
These players are from the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew. That is what Jonathan's hat is showing.
3 calls.
Yes, this is completely and totally live. That's why you get the cards at the end of the hand instead of every hand being shown. So we are on no delay.
Check.
Jonathan is also live streaming this game with his own hole cards.
Check. Check.
So if you want to see at least one person's hole cards live, you can check out Jonathan's stream. Check it out at Absolute Nuts. Should be able to find the information there.
The battle of Butins. I'm going to I should say the battle of the no buttons.
4 players.
We are 4 ways to the turn on Jack Deuce 4-3 complete rainbow.
5 checks. 6 checks. 3 checks.
No! Megan!
Crush you right now, boy.
4 checks to the river of the 7 of hearts.
I was going to check raise.
5 checks.
Check.
6 checks.
Check.
3
Check.
checks.
I was going to check raise. 3.
I have
What do we
6s.
got?
6s is going to win this 4-way pot.
What the fuck?
Ace 10 of hearts, Queen 5 of spades, and 5-3 offsuit.
6
Oh my god. Oh!
Cards are shown at the end of
Or
hand.
would it? I'm going. What if I'm a calling station?
Oh no, because
So you do get to see whole cards, you just
No,
have
I
to
would
wait
not
until the end of the hand.
I would fall.
Check hold.
This stream, of course, is brought to you by the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. This is Valley's Big Bet Poker
They
Live.
know that we know that they know that they know.
Everyone knows.
Everybody knows.
To go pre-flop.
Yes, $10.
And today's No Limit Hold'em cash game is with the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew. While it is a 5-5-5 game, $5 blinds, $5 ante, this really is playing more like a 10-20. They have a very big stand-up game going, very big deuce to 7, lots of straddles, lots of 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet pots.
Seat 1 raise for 45. 2, 3, 4, 5 call.
400.
That's right. Seat 6 raise.
Jonathan raising to $45. David rebetting to $400 from the small blind.
You can shove and then I fold, you know? Or maybe I
tired, but I'm good. I'm good. The limp.
I put comedians.
You clock committed yourself. I'm like, back. Practically.
Do your phone. Sir, 1 player per hand.
It was just a general chant for the table.
Oh, okay, okay.
Defense, defense.
Jonathan mentions
Joshing around.
better spot.
You're like ace 3. Didn't know what hit.
What do you have?
Let's do our first one.
A7?
Adding time.
Looks like he's going to be
You have
probably
eight.
folding his ace 7.
We need sound effects.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, look, the time.
Full J.
You have 30 seconds back on your hand.
This is a
The
time
hand's done
clock
in
game.
15 seconds.
Still 10 seconds. Fold. Fold.
Oh my god, fuck! I had the nuts. Good fold, bro. I have the nuts. I really did.
Jonathan making correct fold versus David's ace king 3-bet.
Yeah, I would have folded. It's not fold.
That was a very large 3-bet though, so understandable fold there.
One time in life. I know.
Bro, it was perfect. He was going to raise it $1 million. I was going to make it 500. He was going to shove. I was going to ready to go all in.
I believe you.
Well, yeah, of course. It's easy when you have the nuts.
The Vixen game is back on.
Yep. Stand-up game is back on.
All right, stand-up game is live for $50 a person. Deuce to 7 game is also always live for $50 a person.
I should have made it 200, right, Jonathan? But the reason that I made it 400 is because I wanted you to shove.
And C2 raised to 100. 3 folds, 4 falls, 5 folds.
Raised to $100 from Ajaz. Vixen calls and the hijack.
Raising to 100.
5, 100.
5, 100. What the
5,
fuck?
100 at least.
100, 100, 500.
500.
Maybe even Kaka 650.
Kaka.
650 sounds good.
Kaka 650.
There it is. Seat 7.
Shevin 3-bets to $650.
40 likes for mine right there. 40 likes for mine.
Only guy in the planet except me.
Ajaz calls
Seat 4 folds.
and Vixen folds. So we are heads up, $1,400 in the middle in this 3-bet pot.
Good there.
Flop is 653 rainbow.
5 of clubs.
Pretty low board texture, shouldn't really hit either player.
And the copy ball.
But Deuce 7 game is live,
I
so
don't even know what to do. Because with ace king.
300 and C2
And it's all in with a
all in and a call
Whatever you want. 7 calls.
for $1,500. Kings versus 10s, Ajaz getting a bit of a cooler here.
No,
He has a 4.
pocket pair. No, 4 would be good.
You had 9s?
No.
All right, we're gonna run it. We don't see C2 turn yet, but I'm gonna go 2 times, okay? You ready?
Because
Ajaz's
you don't
nickname
play-
is the Candyman.
You don't play
See if he can find himself a sweet river card here.
You know, especially this
Completely
game.
different.
Unfortunate run out there for the first board. Ran it twice.
Turn.
I think he has 9s.
This is by 1 so far.
10?
Ooh,
Pocket 10.
Ajaz could
Got
not
me covered.
find that 2-outer
15,
and loses
20.
both runouts.
That was disastrous.
Nick Shovin here making up for last night's game.
Two over there.
Now he dropped around 5,000, so making pretty good progress. Most of the players tonight bought in for about $2,000, I think. 2 players bought in for 5,000.
doesn't want it.
We're flipping later.
Seat 7.
Hey, 2 flips.
We're not flipping. Oh, you're counting for later.
C2 is
That's
adding.
a lot of flips.
Where's the one?
Fair Fun says hi to everybody, including Megan, David, AJ.
Yeah, I've had a lot of pocket pair. I had a fold.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
Yeah, Tim was good. I had 9s and 8s.
I wish this is how 5-5 always played.
That's good.
So we are on a live stream. Everything is completely and totally live, so you don't get full cards to the
Oh,
end.
it's because he took.
Jonathan is streaming his full cards live at the table.
I've actually grown it. It's been growing for 4 days.
That's why his mic right now is not live, as he's talking into his stream.
Yeah.
Jonathan is one of the founders of Absolute Nuts, and that is where he is streaming.
C3 call.
And it's going to be me.
C4, 100.
Of course.
Today's game on Bally's Big Bet Live, of course, hosted at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in Las Vegas.
I'm gonna fold.
Tonight's game is essentially the Absolute Nuts home game. This game is often played at Resorts World,
It's so easy.
so I know if I'm looking for a little bit of cash game, this is the type of game I will be playing for sure.
Please?
Me, I was thinking about raising the whole time.
C3 fold.
Okay, wait. 4.
And what?
Vixen opens to 100. Jonathan puts her all in.
50 times 8.
Just said we do.
Am I getting the pot on?
7 deuce game is on for $50 a person.
Obviously. 60-40?
What do you mean 60?
60-40. Math.
What is the 60?
Holy shit, she did watch the video. She did watch the video.
What does 60-40 mean, bro?
Percentages. She did watch the video.
No!
Oh my god.
I have decisions. Wait. Am I getting, is the math there? Is the math right for me to call? I don't know.
We'll start doing it. You got
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Megan,
The video, I did not get that far. I only got this close.
start focusing on your math. You got 30 seconds.
4, 5.
12.
Okay, wait. No.
You got time. You got 10.
8.
Hey, we give her a time bank.
5.
Corey, a time bank.
You can get another 30 if you want. 2.
Get another 30, Megan.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, one time.
And she sticks it in.
Same hand.
And it's unfortunate for her that Jonathan has 10s.
Well, I don't.
Let's run it.
I certainly like sticking it in here when the stand-up game is essentially worth your stack.
Or
One time for every
3, 4, 5.
one time copy.
3, 4, 5 would be a good spot.
Here it comes.
3, 4, 5.
Running it once.
Nice.
So Deuce's 7 game is
That's
live.
a start.
That is
Not a terrible flop for the 7 deuce. Decent number of cards she can pick up equity
7
on.
deuce. 9, 5, 7 deuce.
Or 4. Ooh, there we go. Need a 5 or a 10.
10, 5.
5.
With a triple up with 7 deuce.
5.
No, 10, 10, sorry.
5.
He gets
Max Payne. 10.
Max Payne, 10.
10.
10.
10.
10. Oh, no, Megancito.
What happened?
You're welcome, guys. I defended you.
Deuce to 7 takes out a player.
7 deuce is not a straight here? Corey,
Yes,
do the math.
we have Corey Eyring here.
Double check that though.
He is a poker content creator on
I
YouTube.
could have been in better shape though.
Corey Eyring is his YouTube channel.
I actually think that's correct.
Yeah.
Hey, I think
Silly
this
as
is
that sounds.
guys. I think this is collusion. They have the same money, and the only thing is that if she wins, we have to pay them.
1,000.
3.
Three.
Pocket 10 wins. You gave somebody else.
And I could have got a button.
Straddle.
Honestly, this game just makes me think of that scene in Rounders,
Nice hand, blah, blah, blah.
talking about the fun little home game.
Yes.
It's on me.
I'll bring it back, yeah. Is math ready there?
200.
Okay, I'll take care of it. You push me at 10 if you want. 206. Fold.
Don David here, also one of his nicknames.
Alright, thank
One of the co-founders of Absolute Nuts.
you. C1 fold.
Opens to $200.
C3 fold.
Fold.
Ages calls $200 from Under the Gun.
Get it together.
Default.
Let's get it the fuck together here. We got a hand.
Alright, 3 players.
We got a good one.
100%.
We have the nuts, actually. I'm not even kidding. We have the nuts.
3 and 6. 200 to pop.
We are 3 ways to this Ace 5-10 rainbow board in a 3-bet pot. 625 in the middle.
250.
Yeah, like 4 out of 1. C6. 250.
Actually, I'm sorry. This is a raise pot. I'm pretty sure it was a straddle to 10, raised to 200 to $2.
If I had like 200 more, then you can't call, right?
I mean,
C3 fold.
you gotta think about it. Maybe there's like a 50%,
How much money you have, bro?
or even not even that, like 30% has that.
We have a very fun and active table here. All these players know each other very, very well, play against each other all the time. Turn King of Diamonds, adding a turn flush draw,
You have 2 left
as
cards.
well as Queen Jack making the nuts. So while we don't have hole cards right now, we will have hole cards at the end of this hand.
An hour.
2 live cards. You are winning a lot of money calling that.
I'll finish with you.
C6 check.
A lot of money.
There is no delay whatsoever on this, which is why we do not get hole cards live. 10 on the river board pairs with flush coming in as well.
3 check.
Like eat an EV, expected
What
value.
do you love, bro?
How do you do that?
Both players check.
Any of that. I don't know what that means.
It means like you could run it a million times.
David shows ace,
away
8, so aces and 10s with the king kicker is going to take down this $1,100 pot
You think
in
we
a
shot?
5-5.
It's really bad.
This guy.
Like I said, we have the nuts.
Bro, I've been raising to 200 with aces and kings, and this time, when I had nothing, they decided to call me.
I had a lot of cards, but everything beats.
What is it, bump up?
Write down
I had absolutely nothing.
Okay, we are putting the stuff up.
How much is the bump up?
So tonight's stacks, Corey Eyring sitting with 6,700. I'm pretty sure he bought it for 7,000. AJaz with $800. Pretty wide range of stacks. $2,000 seems to be about the typical stack, probably 2,500 average. Highest VPIP of the night going to AJaz at 60%, with Corey playing the tightest at 15%.
Chiseled and checking accounts.
Does seem like he's just been card dead though, and situation dead, which is unfortunate.
But then with your face,
Well, he did have a nice night last night.
I'm like,
McShevin, currently the biggest winner of the night at plus 4,300, and AJ's biggest loser at down 4,200. It's a pretty wide range of results so far.
There we go.
There. Oh, look at my boy.
First VPIPs again, AJ's being the loosest at 60%, with Corey currently being the tightest at 15. Looks like average VPIP's going to be around 35% here.
and look, bro, AJ the pro is beating you, bro.
And then looks like your biggest winners and losers are each up and down about 4K. Second biggest each up and down about 1,000.
I've straddled for an hour.
We're 20 hands in, and this has been one of the most active 5.5 millimeter games I've ever seen. This game kind of reminds me, anytime people mention like
It doesn't.
cash games in Texas, this is what this game makes me think about.
No, I know. I don't know.
So they're doing double board bomb pot,
Okay, it's key.
$130 in the middle.
Paid 3 of hearts. Action on one.
You do get to see the whole cards at the end of the hand. It's because there's no delay. This is 100% live for everyone.
Oh, so 125.
6 back.
Both board textures have a spade flush draw, king 8-3 up top, ace 7-5 down below. Ace 7-5 being a very dynamic board texture, best hand possible, changing on aces through nines, as well as spades. We have a $125 bet from Absolute Nuts David. Allan calls that $125 bet.
4 folds and 5 folds. Heads up.
So we're heads up to the turn, 475 in the middle, double board bomb pot.
6 of heart on the top row.
Yeah, I can't.
150.
6 of hearts on the turn, adding a double flush draw. Turn up top, 9 of spades on the turn down below. 6, 8, and spades coming on in. David betting $150 into a essentially $475 pot.
Huh? 8-8.
David with the second nuts up top and a gutter ball and a flush. Oh yeah, just a gutter ball down below. But that is still a very nice double board bomb pot.
Oh.
Today's stream, of course, Bally's Big Bet Poker Live. Big Bet Poker Live is the Twitter handle if you want to get more information about these games. More games coming up.
Bro, I literally have opened.
Yes.
You want a hand though?
No, to 200. How in the fuck you call it? It's just crazy. I had nothing. But in the river, I almost got it. I almost showed it, bro. And I know you were going to call me, so I'm like, I don't want to. Wait, what is that?
Straddle.
Yeah, but it's like, the fuck?
This game is being played at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas.
Sit for raise to 1.5. Fold.
Chips are like this.
If you're new to the stream, well, this is a 5.5 no limit game.
No, I don't get offended. You know I love chaos.
100 or
I just don't see it.
This is a very chaotic 5.5 game. Really plays like 10-20, I would say.
You're playing
$2.
$2.
As David certainly loves to cause chaos.
Of our own.
They have a $50 stand-up game and a $50 Deuce to 7 as well. Which is absolutely massive for these stakes.
Tough one.
Main reason why this game is playing so large.
Give me 100 for one show. I'll fold.
No, I want you to show.
No.
Also, of course, there isn't a single player here that likes to play tight. I know Corey here is our tightest player of the night at 15% VPIP,
They do something weird.
but it does seem like he is just hard
You
dead.
want to give me 50? I want
You know what I mean? One of your
Do you want?
That's good.
Good for
Unless I'm just flipping. You had queens?
What do you fold?
Good fold there by Vixen.
Straddle 25.
Don't talk, David.
South Street land, he's going to lose his law degree if he thinks that's a possibility.
Street, can you imagine? Remember, where was Street when you guys met with me?
Button straddle 25.
Was he there with the weight side bet?
Street, were you there with the weights I bet? Bro,
Our highest VPIP of the night
Oh, cocktail?
is 60%, and our lowest right now is 15.
this is weird. And when he's quiet, he just doesn't bring
And he
anything
has
to
all
the
the
table.
chips now.
Yeah. And
Yeah, this is the craziest 5-5 game I've ever seen in my
you
life.
can hear us?
There's one time where he said it, paid it out, and then said it
We
immediately
don't want people to
after.
play us that need.
Matthew in chat saying, shout out to Big Bet Poker for letting our absolute nuts crew use
you
the
be-
studio the past weeks and for their fantastic generosity throughout the whole process.
No. You punted to the super pros at the Nugget a little extra. That's not my fault. That you don't know how to table select.
And here.
8 fold. 9 fold.
You haven't lost more than you want.
2 fold.
I was just on a
So
text
the reason why we don't get
with Tony,
full cards until the
Shane,
end of a hand.
Daniel, and
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
Are you trying to go to the
This is a
dentist?
completely live game.
What the fuck? Daniel doesn't even talk, bro.
No delay.
I stack Daniel a lot of times.
150. And
Really?
Yeah.
We have a raise to $100 pre-flop and a
And a stack
call with
But
the
Tony,
hands being 7-4 and 10-7 offsuit.
You just have to get him
Every
on
time
a
you
good
win a pot, we
draw
need that.
You
So,
just
yep, they're actually.
yeah, but that almost never happened.
Yes, no delay.
But
Really should have that in the title. No delay.
like here, you just like double up with like
Lots of
me
gambling,
opening
no
to queen.
delay.
You will see we queen 7 to $200.
This is way much, this is a better game because this is, by far. It's fun.
This table is also a lot more talkative than most tables I've been on in an extremely long time.
6 raise to 35.
All these players know each other fairly well. They're all friends.
Basically limping with 35,
6
This is like a limp.
fold.
right?
Pretty much.
This is the new limping in this game.
Yeah.
In a normal
This
game,
is a small raise.
game, this will be like insane.
3 fold. Fold.
We have David declaring a $35 limp.
There is a million gazillion players.
5 clear.
What did you say yesterday? No one folds.
We have a 5-way pot here.
I'll let them.
Pot size $185. Ace, King, Queen, 2 diamonds. Certainly could be an action flop with this many players.
It's just like, dirty stack bet.
Jonathan betting
One bet, 1 fold.
$130 into a $185 pot. So going about 2/3 pot. David in the tank here, looking at this $130 bet.
Does Wayne still run big bet?
Jonathan, one of the founders of Absolute Poker, he is also streaming his whole cards live.
Yeah.
Wayne still works with the company.
Yeah, it still works.
Corey here, finally putting in some money post-flop. I'm sure he's been itching to do so. Calls the $130 bet.
Alex says.
All right, John.
Heads up to the turn.
Alex says.
He's gonna make a video about this hand.
He's got
We
a
might have to. I feel fucking left out here.
Turn 4 of hearts.
Life of
Check.
vloggers here. Always on the camera.
Get,
Behind the camera.
get into a vlogging match.
Yeah.
And then Street can vote on who was the better.
Corey Eyring is a poker YouTuber. Jonathan flopped the nuts. Corey
God,
bricked
my
his
phone.
flush
Please
draw.
tell us
Jonathan
what
with the
you
jack diamonds in his hand too. If that was a turn diamond, that would have been
Well,
a
I don't have my phone, bro.
very,
You can
very
text
large
me.
pot.
Like, remember that hand that you had? I almost.
Corey pretty
You know,
quickly
it
making
was
a
erased because of you.
good
I was
fold.
estimated 400.
Wasn't really getting good direct odds.
You should have.
Probably had some pretty good implied odds, but his direct odds really weren't that great. So an understandable fold there, facing that large of a bet.
You know,
I think he might have had the nuts that time.
On the new shows, that's when we go start next month.
Corey putting him correctly on the nuts. That is a very, very, very good read.
Your vote is off the table, and the guy in the bullpen gets to come in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anytime you make VPIP twice in the night, your second VPIP lowest, you're off the table.
Straddle 10.
How much are you going to make it?
So you're at the lowest VPIP, you get kicked off?
If you stay at the lowest,
So I'm on the chopping block, so I have to get this up.
The second time you're lowest, you're off the show.
Raise to 175.
And then,
Three show.
We raised to $30, a 3-bet to 175 from AJ the Pro.
Yeah, I'm on the chopping block. We'll fix that though. Can you give me your black?
Raise to 175.
Sorry.
I have a little bit of a prop bet with someone here, so someone here on the crew. So I'm going to say AJ just has ace king. This is like just an ace king size, if you know what I
VPIP
mean.
is
That would
money
definitely.
that
You know, he's 3-betting in position, and like, why would you go 175 in position here?
It doesn't
So I'm going to say he has ace king.
put in pot, so I straddle should count.
Queens.
Apparently doesn't.
Wow. I mean, pretty much the same type of hand.
Like 20 times.
Scared of an ace hitting, scared of a king hitting, wants to build a big pot.
They should.
Close. Thought it was a flip to win that.
I've literally straddled like multiple times per orbit.
Is it the amount of money or just?
You know, like if I open.
So Corey was mentioning that he's been straddling. In this game, you can straddle from any position to any amount. And once you straddle, action goes from there. So if you button straddle, then you just get the button. And then small blind axe, big blind axe, and it goes around.
Like, or 40 legs.
On top of that, we have a $50 person to 7 game and a $50 per person stand-up game as well.
8 call, 9 4. Action on 1.
This game, of course, is at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. It's a 5-5 game playing more like a 10-20 no limit. A lot of action.
Call. It's a 3 call,
Look. Oh.
4 call.
We have a limp, a raise to $30, a 1, 2, 3 callers so far.
But them.
No, because you're.
I think I've seen more
If I make it 400, you
3, 4, 5, and 6-way raise, 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet pots, and I've seen, I mean, honestly, in my last couple months of playing live.
It just is like super, hyper, mega tilted. Look.
So Big Bet Live is trying to do its best to showcase different types of games.
Really good, bro.
You know, if you only show the high stakes games, you're only going to get a small crew of people, and these games are going to be a lot more serious too. Games like 5-5 like this, that plays more like a 10-20 anyways. It's more accessible to a lot of players, and also is going to showcase a lot of different types of action. We'll still have bigger games running very consistently as well. So if 5-5 isn't your thing, you know, we're going to have 10-25, 25-50, all that stuff running. So, and while right now we are doing this completely and totally live, which is why we don't have hole cards until the end. You know, sometimes they'll do ones with hole cards. So it's a little bit of everything for everyone.
So it's kind of hard for anyone else to have one if I have 2.
So we have about $150. 3 callers, 4 ways to the turn. Turn being a Badoogie Deuce, so a completely rainbow board. Phone's allowed at the table because while this is a streamed game, there is no hole card information till the end of the hand. And Jonathan, he is actually streaming his hole cards completely and totally live.
The Knights won 7-4 tonight.
Yeah, he's filming the entire time, but it is on a live stream. So if you want to see his actual cards, you can pull it up on the Absolute Nuts stream.
But the regular season, I think.
David bets $350 into a $800 pot. 1165 on the turn. So while right now we do not have whole card information, we are going to get this if whether she folds or calls once showdown happens.
David does want a button.
I do think when she's tanking here, she definitely has hand like pocket 9s, pocket 8s, pocket 7s.
I fold.
Probably 7s.
Megan, again, fold now.
Yep.
I have pocket 4s.
David, I'll give you $75 not to shop.
Stream is very new, and
how many players?
we are just now getting this back up and running.
What?
Testing it with these completely live stream.
The softest people on the table don't have buttons yet.
Tina enjoying liking it live.
So
So we still get whole cards, we still get all the information.
$75. But I'm really bad, bro.
I'll give mine up.
Okay.
I'll give
Give
mine
me-
up for 75.
Give me 75.
Like, what am I? It's like almost time.
Vixen there making a very good fold with her pocket 7s.
That was complete, like, no shot. I thought I was getting over $70.
Waiting for him.
Oh, shit.
As you can see here, Jonathan is streaming completely and totally live, showing his cards as well.
Not really trying to step
So
out.
you can
I mean, either.
double stream and get the overall table view with commentary, as well as see his whole cards if you want to sweat one player.
She becomes the prop.
Right. I'm just like this. The whole time.
Valley's Big Bet Poker Live at the Tropicana in Las Vegas.
25.
Tina's saying everyone is spoiled with the whole cards. This is a nice change.
No.
And yeah, this really is just, it's a nice change. It's not going to be an every time thing.
I want 5 people to call.
Trying to do our best to have a diverse stream, so it's not just the same thing over and over. Trying different stakes, different versions of it.
490.
Copying the same thing and everything that's out there
Fold.
isn't necessarily going to be the best approach. Different people enjoy different approaches, and having different options is always certainly going to be a good thing.
Do you have a hand, Jonathan?
No.
Allan raises to 25. Ajaz goes all in for $490.
Yeah.
Decide first, but the irony is so weird.
It is so weird because at best, it's a race. I can never have you dominated, ever.
All right, see what you have. Oh, yeah, this is nothing. Okay, so the funny thing is the hand that I have is you beat me yesterday on that hand.
But you could have 7 deuce and talking me
No.
into folding a pair of 3s.
No, it's not 7. It's king 10. You had king 10. Remember last time?
I called. Dealer, I called. I said call.
Wait, Allan
You
called.
have things that I said call.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Like, oh, I didn't hear.
It was the same hand that you beat me on king 10. So I said, you know what? Let me just.
Let me just ship on 14 people and hope everyone folds to Allan so we can have this conversation.
You're the one who raised, so they're not going to go.
I had the fucking nuts, bro. I fold a better hand than that.
Cheap biker.
I think 3's hold up.
They probably would have, the way he's running now. And that sheet is so unlucky.
Oh, no, don't tell AJ, he made a lot of money yesterday.
The only reason that I didn't call is because I had Allan behind me.
Today's loud and friendly home game is with the Absolute Nuts Poker Crew, as you can see here in Jonathan's hat. He is streaming it live on their channel, so you can see his whole cards.
Megan,
Fold.
you need a button.
All these players are friends and know each other fairly well for the most part. The exception is Corey. He is new to the group,
Take 3 hours.
but everyone else here plays all the time. They play very consistently with each other and known each other for
You're right.
some for a fairly long time.
Jonathan, you have to make him an offer if he wins his hand not to take the button. You have, consider who's left.
We have a bunch of lips,
We know that.
and David raises to $200.
David may make more money returning his button than.
Pretty typical size. He's done this with some very interesting hand
I
selection.
was rooting for
David's
you.
gonna call.
Well, of course, but
David will screw David up.
Fold.
Good luck, David.
Plus 5.
David here putting up a fight. Last time David called this raise to 200. David had ace-8 offsuit. David S had ace-8 offsuit, while Absolute Nuts David here had queen-7
The guy who
offsuit.
pays the button lost in the game.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Is there
King,
correlation?
queen-5 with the king-5 of clubs. Heads up in this $400 single raise pot. Turn 5 of diamonds on the turn, adding a turn flush draw plus the board pair.
Just bet 500.
100.
We do not get whole card information until the end of the hand, as this is a completely live stream.
150.
Whole card information is 100% live. Commentary and everything is 100% live. $150 bet into a $430 pot.
No, I had the nuts.
All right, how much for him not to show, Jonathan?
Jonathan, how much?
How much you paid last time?
David with ace 4.
Coffee is 65.
Should be way less. Look at the two he's
Bro,
up.
Absolute nuts here with ace queen.
Like
Correct
250.
that he had by far the best hand.
What are you talking about? I would take $50 with these two left.
I had the nuts, right? Like, I wanted you to call me with like stupid stuff.
They do not have comment streaming on the wall this time.
Stand-up game there.
They've had chat streaming on the wall previous games,
Keep that bald spot. No, there's one.
testing out different things, seeing what people enjoy, seeing what the players enjoy.
Better or something.
Certainly a dynamic and evolving process here at Big Bet Poker Live. We'll try new things and seeing what both the players and the viewers enjoy. So if you really enjoy some aspect of this, please let us know. And everyone here is, of course, watching the stream. So anything everyone enjoys, we're probably going to do more of. If you dislike something, we'll consider doing less of it as well.
$250.
So you're up again.
By we, I don't mean me personally. I'm just commentating. I mean the staff here at Big Bet Poker Live. They are poker fans and are trying to do their best to bring something new to the table and not just copy everything else that's out there.
It sounds printed of how to win a button. I have a button, so I'm just going to raise 25.
What the fuck, bro? This is so
The 8-way limp pot, raising the $30 from the small blind from here from Allan.
Wonder Boy and Megan are going to do something here.
No, Megan's not. She's already, that's called a tell. When you have the 25 ready in your hand already.
That was my calling tricks.
Looks like we might be 8 ways in a raised pot.
It'll be funny. I raised then. 50.
Yeah, he raised 50 more.
50 more.
Yeah.
Pre-flop. So you can raise it up to the flop. Or raise it 50 flop.
I have the best hand for sure. I should have raised it.
8-way to the flop of Queen 7-4-2 clubs.
Megan.
If you just keep surrendering.
Oh, sorry, 9 ways. So we just have a 9-way family pot here.
His hand already folds for 50.
I somehow miscounted twice.
Really bad.
Corey bets $50, gets called by McShovin, gets called by AJ, gets called by Allan.
Literally, me and Jonathan.
This isn't a bomb pot. It was a 9-way limp, raised to 30, 9 ways to the flop.
Just almost auto
Bet of $50, and we were going 4 ways to the turn. Turn board pair 4 of hearts. Certainly a card that can change both the strongest hand possible, as well as put a lot of scare. Being 9 ways to this flop and 4 ways to this turn, trips are certainly very live here. And which is why pretty much everyone gave up. And Corey's Queen Deuce offsuit is going to take this down.
I have 4-5.
That's good.
Megan.
That's coming this way. It's coming this way. I'll give you $100 for now if you have 4 or 5.
No, you'll give me a lot more because you lost the button bet.
Why aren't you in here?
No,
I wasn't
still alive.
That's the.
Give you $100 so you show 4 or 5.
What? I was pre-flop. Allan, are you going to pay us 25 for each or what?
I got there on the river.
Yes, so.
Can I have these buttons, please?
What are you doing?
Hey.
He's paying half your action.
But I have to pay half your action.
Yeah, he has to pay 5.
Well,
So you still owe me a quarter? Then
Our
quarter. How does
commentator from last night, Rob, is joining me now in the booth.
Wait.
He also played in this game last night and knows all of these players very well. Also, hey Rob, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How's it going? This game seems to be playing pretty well. Everyone seems to be having fun.
Yeah, this has been an action game. I really like to compare it to how, like, people have told me, like, how amazing the games are in Texas. This is what it kind of makes me, like, this is what, like, I imagine the games are like. And this game, what, you guys play at the Resorts World?
We've been playing at Resorts World 3 nights a week, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays.
Stand up on pause.
And then we're streaming each one. And yeah, this has been the funnest game I've had in Vegas that I've been playing with.
Yeah, this game looks absolutely amazing. You know, times I've played Cash Live in Vegas, it's been like, you know, mostly robots at the table.
Yeah, especially
when I'm the talkative player, that's it's not great.
Yeah, especially when the series is not around, with like non-series time.
Yeah.
It's pretty slow, but this game is always a lot of fun every time it comes in.
Yeah, this game has been so much action. It's been great.
And you've been seeing all the cards. I've just been watching from the sidelines.
On every single tripping.
So not sure what they even have.
Vixen raised with 3 deuce offsuit and then folds to Corey's 3-bet here to $75.
Oh yeah, everyone.
How many do you have to do like in a row? 5 in a row. I'll give you. Let me see how fucking easy
Yeah,
this
everyone
is.
ran away.
Oh, dude, that's very easy. Keep going. Does that count? How like straight are we talking about here?
What is this side bet that they have going on?
I have no idea.
Or that one. Mr. Genius rolls a perfect first one. This is easy. And the next two aren't even on the table.
Amazing.
We have one big blind that is.
Today's game, of course, Bally's Big Bet Poker at the Tropicana in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, David is out.
Today's game is the Absolute Nuts Poker game.
Still watching, so it's kind of hard to tell them to pause.
That's 5-5 no limit with a $5 big blind ante.
I need a sweat.
Usually, and there's a straddle from any position up to any amount. So
Yeah, which is crazy.
we've had some pretty big
I will make sure
straddles going on in this game also.
You can catch his tells on camera a lot easier.
All right.
Yeah, he gets a little like anxious.
We are heads up on the 9-6-4 flush draw board.
Okay, sit.
The 9-4 clubs.
Sit one bet 40.
Two of spades on the turn.
I would have to check. Yeah, how do we feel about that card? Doesn't really interact much unless you happen to have like 3-5.
But I mean, before the started, if I miss, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, sorry about the feedback. The production team, they're working on it right now.
90. Sit one bet 90.
Yeah, they're trying to fix it. Sorry about that.
Call.
So we're heads up to the turn. There was a $90 bet and a call.
Check.
Check.
Pot size of the river is $350 with the 8 of diamonds coming in. So while the flush draw brick, there are a lot of straights possible.
Very well studied, I'm sure.
10-7, 7-5, 3-5.
I'm just
all making straights.
give up now.
Whatever this is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Corey checks, and Jonathan is going to bet.
I'm yet to learn what whatever this is means.
So whatever this means, bet. So it could be anything. Could be he has a straight. Could also be that he is
Bobby, I'm going to get a yogurt.
has some
Very nice.
Yeah, has
some random pair.
queen high, so he turned a gutter ball and turned it into a bluff. Corey folding his third pair here. Pretty tough spot to find a call. I mean, yes, clubs brick, but I mean, when Jonathan can have queen 3 suited there, that also means he can have a lot of 2 pairs, he can have a lot of straights.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty understandable fold there.
I've been playing this game a while, and the whatever this is bet is always a little. Could be anything with Jonathan.
Yeah, pretty much every player here I've noticed is capable of showing up in situations with pretty much anything.
I have a question. When we talk, you think the guy on my left can hear us?
Even like Corey for the longest time was the tightest player, but he's certainly was just card dead and spot dead. Even he's opened way up.
So, like,
He's still the big stack here at $6,800. Short stack here is Ajaz, Vixen here, barely having him covered as well. Ajaz still the loosest player at 56%. Corey, the tightest player now at 25%.
Wow.
Increased some of his VPIP.
He's been going for it. But, you know, an average VPIP here of 40% is very high.
Yeah.
McShoven's still the biggest winner at plus $4,200, and Ajaz still the largest loser at minus $4,500.
There's 5.
Our biggest winner last night was $12,000
From AJ.
and our biggest loser last night was minus $7,000.
Take my chips.
In the spirit of
Can I do a girly shot? I want to do a girly shot.
Just because everyone else is doing it.
So this is a double board bomb pot. Every time the dealer changes, they do this. Top board, ace, king, 4, monotone, all spades. And we have a 4-5-8 rainbow board. Usually the 4-5-8 rainbow isn't too scary, but in a 9-way pot, 6-7 is definitely going to be a concern. And of course, the flop flush is also possible up top.
We're going to do 9 spark.
So 6-7 of spades would be probably one of the best hands you could possibly have in this spot.
Wait, what is a plug spark?
We can't even look it up.
I don't.
Double board bomb pots play very uniquely. I don't have a lot of experience playing them, but they seem like they're very fun from a theory point of view, but also just from a gameplay point of view.
They are pretty fun. It gives you the opportunity to win one of each side. But if you really want to win these games, you got to play both boards, and with Hold'em is kind of hard.
The board pair on the bottom certainly can change a lot of things. Vixen checks here. She doesn't have a full house. She's going to be very concerned.
No, dude.
Corey,
Is your mom watching?
Yes.
Yeah.
Corey's
There's
mom.
only 1-4 left too, so you have a 4.
Kind of.
Might not have the other board.
Complicated situation.
Wait, who's Argentinian? Your mom or your dad? She speaks Espanol.
Vixen only has,
But she's speaking
looks
English?
like
Yes. Just like me.
about
$300.
$300.
And she
And if she folds, she probably had an 8 of some kind.
Rabbit hunt.
Yep.
River.
Pocket aces.
Pocket aces for AJ the Pro.
You're not going to get a button.
She made a very good fold. She did have a draw to the nuts, but correctly found a fold here.
Stand up my button. I want to restand up.
Corey, can I grab your chip?
Thing is with these double board bomb pots, she's only drawing to half of one. She's drawing to all of the top board, but that's it.
Yeah.
Down below, you know, she could easily be
Yeah, but you grab.
dead or near dead
Yeah.
in one or both spots. So.
Grab it.
And
I
with
guess
double
top,
board
can't
bomb
be dead up
pots,
top, but could be dead down below. So.
yeah, double board bomb pots you can get quartered pretty easily too. So.
Yeah.
Chips and chips. Yeah, chips and chips is the
Looks like she was pretty live, but there was very tough for her to get all of that. It makes it a very good fold.
So Jonathan, can I tell you something sad about your hand that you
Rob, sounds like you play with these players all the time.
I've played with them for quite a bit. Yeah, we played three nights a week, so it's
And then you bet like.
you quickly get to know all the players.
And I have a pair.
Everyone here.
So who do you think is the most action player? It seems like to me it's Ajaz.
That was.
Ajaz is definitely the most action player here. Allan also gives a lot of action. He's able to make plays with
Great question.
literally anything.
I don't have the answers.
And then Jonathan's always a wild card. Anything at any time. So.
So it looks like maybe Ajaz probably plays the most hands. Allan probably plays the most hands aggressively, and then Jonathan is just chaotic.
Just anything, yeah, and he's streaming, so everyone can see what he's doing. But as a player, you don't get all that information. So
Tight. He's actually been pretty tight for the most part. I would say
Some people are just listening.
absolute nuts David. He's been the most chaotic by far.
He's also
Drink first.
could be anywhere in there too. Yeah, very chaotic player.
One drink is like him eating a Tic Tac.
Bet of $30, 2 calls into this. Looks like it was a $30 pot.
Yeah, bro. Look.
Turn king of diamonds. Both a board pair plus a turned flush draw.
Are you lightweight or something weight?
Lightweight.
3 ways on this turn. AJ's going to bet $125, so bets $150, so that's a little bit larger than pot.
So what?
Gets called quickly by David S. and called quickly by McShovin.
Oh, ask the stream what a spark plug is.
So AJ is probably pretty apt to have a king. McShovin and David are both pretty apt to have draws.
We don't know what we're getting into.
None of the draws hit here with the 2 of hearts.
Kind of an interesting spot for AJ. Let's say he does have a king. Does he want to check and hope that David behind finds a bluff with like Jack 10? Or does he want to bet and hope he gets called by, say, a queen?
For any king, the same thing.
And if he does have a brick draw, someone could pretty easily have a king.
Dead on the phone.
Looks like he's just going to bet. And he's betting over the size of the pot again.
75.
It's like 675? Yep, 675 into a pot size of 575.
Ice cream liqueur.
Do they have buttons yet, or we know?
That sounds delicious.
Looks like David does not.
Why do you ever doubt Allan? I mean,
The button play, the stand-up game also has a big
Yeah, of
influence.
course.
On
$50 a person makes a pretty big change.
I had a way higher respect.
Yeah, it looks like none of these players have buttons.
Yeah.
It might have been me.
Probably
I
Luigi.
think David's tank's pretty apt to be a queen of some
He's
kind.
yelling at Bobby. Bobby's like, I serve drinks, don't make things.
Just guy is shy there.
Kaka!
None of us play poker.
Kaka!
So bad.
Shevin looks like he's pulling out calling chips and shaking his head.
I wonder if Shevin has like 7x of diamonds.
I'll give you a little help.
So valuey.
Oh, ace king.
Shut up.
Wait, they both have ace king?
Ace king, yeah.
It took him so long.
That's 75 cents.
Ace king. There you go.
So I guess McShovin was considering raising. I mean, when David bets pot and then overbets pot,
You guys both limp.
you know, ace king really shrinks down a lot there.
Yeah.
So not too surprising that he decided to just call. Like, yes, he does have the best hand almost always, but it's also very, very difficult to get called by a worse hand.
Yes, yeah.
Because even if he clicked it back, you know, king jack is in a disgusting spot.
Yeah, king jack may think about folding there. He's only gonna call with like pocket sevens or pocket
Your
queens.
sugar. Make sure that your
Ace king would probably call, like just call 2.
Big blind, please, David.
Today's game on Bally's Big Bet Poker is, of course, at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. And while this is a 5-5 no-limit game, has a $5 ante, has a $50 Deuce to 7 game, a $50 stand-up game, straddles from any position for any amount, and everyone bought in for $2,000.
Sure, you have the nuts.
Minimum 2,000.
Yeah, so this really is like a 10-20 no-limit game.
Yeah, probably plays big. It plays much bigger than the 5-5 that they advertise it as.
That's exactly what he would do.
2 folds, 3 folds,
I would fold.
4 folds.
We have a raise to $25 from McShovin over absolute nuts
Who, him?
straddle.
I mean, yeah, we're limping
3-bet
ace king.
by Jonathan to $125. $100 more for McShovin here to call. We are heads up in a 3-bet pot, $280 in the middle. Flop is Queen 6-3 Rainbow. So the reason why we don't have whole cards right now is because we are 100% live. So we're live. Card information is live. So while we don't have the whole card information while the hand is running, once the hand ends, we get shown anyone who is in on the last street's whole card information. So while it requires you to pay a little more attention, you still get to try to figure out what each player has. And when you see what they end up showing up with, try to figure out if you would have played it the same way or not.
Right.
So we have a $100 bet and a call with a Doogie 4 on the turn, or Rainbow 4. Reason why I call it Badoogie is there is a poker variant called Badoogie where your goal is to make the best 4-card rainbow hand, also known as a Badoogie.
Yeah.
We have a bet from McShovin of $150 into that $480 pot. Jonathan looking like he's considering calling and does put in the call. Pot size going into the river is $780. Looks like McShovin's reaching for chips.
200.
It's a pretty small bet. This is a call me bet. Kind of a blocker. Jonathan had 3-bet pre-flop. I would say McShovin probably has a hand like either like pocket 10s or like queen 10 suited maybe. Probably something like that. Jonathan tanking here. Could have like an ace high. Unless he goes for a raise. He does go for a raise. I mean, this could still be ace high. This could be just ace king.
Ace high.
Yeah, it could just be ace king check raising the river. Could be pocket queens or ace queen.
Could be a 2-pair 6-8 or something.
Jonathan with a float, and then the check raise on the river. Yeah, you're talking about him being chaotic, and that is certainly a chaotic hand, 10-9.
These guys razzed me about taking so long to call, so that time I just have to...
And McShovin did have a call me hand.
Yeah.
And instead of getting called, he got raised and snapped it off.
Snapped it off.
A little sweet. What a beauty of the place.
This is also being streamed live on the Absolute Nuts YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see Jonathan's first-person view.
So you'll get to see his whole cards completely and totally live. This stream is also completely live, so if you want, you could multi-stream, get his whole card information completely live, and then the total overall view with commentary on top of that.
Yeah, so you could play like you would be Jonathan, see
if you'd make better decisions, or if you would make different bluffs.
Would you make that same re-raise on the river there with the 9-10?
The shot. Yeah, please.
We have a raise here to $15 from Under the Gun by AJ.
Oh my God.
Flip, yeah. Does it?
Yeah, just trying to figure out how to sing.
Second place. It's like you're one place.
Seat 1, raise for 100.
Why?
Fold.
Why else?
Looks like Jonathan 3-bet here to 100.
It's a pretty large size. Something I've been noticing about...
I'll tell you later because...
Sorry about that. 300 from 5, 6, 7, and 8 fold.
You gonna forget?
No, maybe.
Corey makes a $300 4-bet.
Oh, cold 4-bet on the button here to $300.
Think this time I'm gonna fold.
Seat 1, fold.
Everyone needs to pay the fuck up.
7 deuce game. $50 a person. That is a fat 7 deuce in a 5-5 game.
David, I wasn't dealt in.
Yeah, like most of the times, like I've seen like 7 deuces for like 2 big blinds, 3 big blinds, 4 big blinds, 10 big blinds a person is massive.
Dealt in, Corey. Check the cameras.
Maximum pain, that's what they say on the Absolute Nuts. We want maximum pain.
My money.
I thought you just told me.
Corey, tell the production.
He pulled out the
If I
vlog
wasn't
camera.
That'll be the highlight of the whole trip.
I gotta make sure I get the content.
This,
Gotta get the content.
the hand reel is going to be like 2 minutes, and it's just going to be one hand of 7 deuce.
So today's very fun and active game is by the Absolute Nuts crew. Check out their YouTube channel, Absolute Nuts. You can see this game being streamed. I assume the game's streamed pretty consistently as well at Resorts World.
Yeah, 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday is 3 nights a week that they're streaming.
Is it normally this 5-5-5?
Yeah, it's just 5-5-5 every week, every game.
You guys might convert me over to cash game play. So I actually played in
I thought you were excited for a second.
Valley's Big Bet Live about a month ago. It was a 25-50-50 game, and it was the first time I played cash in like 5 years. It's like first time actually playing cash in a long time.
How'd you do?
I had my best session ever, plus $10,000.
Oh, see, that's
Not too bad.
not bad. Maybe you should be playing cash.
This game is off the rails.
Speaking of which, AJ the Pro last night had a $12,000 night.
Big night. He could not miss anything. He hit.
That
everything.
is ridiculous. That is just
at a
insane.
5-5 game. You know?
That is absurdity. So we have a three-way three-bet pot. King Jack 10 Rainbow, $285 in the middle.
I'm not doing anything.
AJ has folds.
I'm not going anywhere.
David and Jonathan heads up to the turn, 485 in the middle. Sorry, it was a raise pot. King of clubs on the turn, adding a turn flush draw with the king board pair.
Check. C1 checks. C3 checks.
Jonathan and David both check. 10 on the river.
Double paired board.
Hmm. 375.
Jonathan's bet here. It's really going to be a lot of different stuff. You could have like an ace high. You could have like a counterfeited pair. You could have like just a bear queen.
You could have a jack that's just.
You could have a 10.
What did he show?
Ooh, definitely
10-9
10.
of clubs. Wow, that was a pretty good turn card for him, picking up a gutter ball straight flush draw. David bricking out on his busted straight draw. Most of the players here are certainly gamblers at heart. It looks like almost everyone here loves a sports bet. A couple exceptions. Everyone here also really enjoys betting football. Do you also?
I do not sports bet. I don't feel like I have any edge, so I feel like I would need to have some sort of tips. Maybe I ask one of the guys to give me some of their tips when they're betting.
Alex in chats, Alex Lee, one of the producers, saying last week they had $50,000 on the table in this 5-5 game. So average stack being over $5,000. That's why I say this is like a 10-20 game. It really plays the same, honestly, as what I would expect just a normal 10-20.
Yeah, for sure. With the aggression, that
at least a 10-20 online game. I know like 10-20 live can play pretty big, but 10-20 online, this is like a couple $1,000 stacks.
Yeah.
You know, if you get 6 stacks or whatever, that's a very good night.
I don't know. I want a button. I don't want to receive a I don't know. I had 10-4. I had 10-4.
Corey here. He is very new to this group. This is his first time playing with y'all.
First time playing. He's a YouTube vlogger, content creator
for poker.
Texas.
Yep, for poker.
Yeah. So
seems to be a really nice kid.
Yeah, this is the first time he's been out here playing with us. So he's been fun. His YouTube videos have been really good too. So
and his YouTube channel is Corey Iring. So if you see his name, that is exactly what his YouTube channel is.
Yeah.
I would have our
See 1 fold, 2 fold,
10,
3 call.
We have so this right now is a 5-5-10. David calling this $10 straddle. Vixen calls, Corey calls. Absolute Nuts David raises to $125. So apparently Absolute Nuts was started by Absolute Nuts David. Started by John, and it was started by Allan. Looks like they each met at Golden Nuggets, started playing cash games there, became good friends, and then had this idea, and here it is.
And here we are, yeah. A lot of players also met at Golden
Nugget, and then met at MGM, and now y'all are Find Resorts World. This will be where you often play.
I came in a little late. I met them at Resorts World while they were playing.
So we have a very fun all-in between David with King 5 offsuit, and the other David, Absolute Nuts here, with Ace King.
Oh.
Just, you know, $2,300 pot between King 5 off and Ace King.
Looks like David S was trying to get a button. That's what he was trying to do.
Ah, that makes sense.
And
he got caught with it.
got caught, yeah. And the button only works for the top board, so he missed this top.
Five or spades?
The
So
button.
he does not get the button being, of course, for the stand-up game.
Yeah, but looks like he still has a chance to get half split, but
Needs
not
a
looking
5.
so good.
Yeah.
5.
Ooh, it's a 6.
Thank you, bro.
Great cover.
Low diamond is exactly what he needed in.
Yeah.
Just one off. Philip saying that he loves Corey's vlogs. I've not seen them. Have you seen them?
I've watched a couple of them. They were pretty good. Yeah, very interesting.
I guess that's not true. Right before the game started, he was showing me them. Looks like there was like lots of jokes and animations and like drawings and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's getting a decent number of views too. I think his most recent video had like 80,000 views on it. So
Yeah.
he's a
He's
real
doing very
big up
well.
and comer.
We're like, oh, that's not real.
Those of you who don't know, I think I've only mentioned my name a couple times on stream. My name is Ryan LaPlante.
Yeah, and
I'm a poker professional. I've been playing for 14 years professionally. I'm a coach. I've coached at most of the major training sites and started my own coaching site called LearnProPoker.com. But we do tournaments.
Yeah, tournament play.
Yeah, exactly.
13. What? He's on
A little different strategy.
It is a bit different. Pre-flop mostly. Post-flop though, a lot of similarities. There aren't too many differences for post-flop. The main differences being in tournaments, you're often like 40 big blinds or less deep, so that causes some differences. But 100 big blinds in tournament with the nanny. Same thing as playing 100 big blinds deep in cash game with the nanny.
Yeah. Looks like David rebought for 1,000 and is all
just
in.
sticking it in.
That's appealing.
Yeah.
Alex asking what I've won the last couple of weeks. I won a couple of PLO tournaments. Won a PLO tournament at the Win, $1,100 buy-in. Got about 20K for that, and second trophy. Also won one of the monthly PLOs on WCP as well. Final table of the circuit ring main event, or FT bubble, circuit ring main, a couple other FT bubbles, that type of stuff. So I've been grinding.
Yeah.
Doing all right.
Are there tournaments all year round?
Yeah, Vegas is amazing for tournaments all year round. It is wonderful. Honestly, for poker, this is the best city on the planet, whether you play cash games or tournaments in terms of options.
Yeah.
In terms of like quality of games, cash games here can be pretty tough unless
you find
the absolute nuts. Yeah, exactly. When you find the absolute nuts, I mean, that's all there is to it. And you can find the absolute nuts. You said Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at the Resorts World?
The Resorts World. Last couple of weeks we've been playing here at Big Bet though, the Big Bet studio. So we should be going back to Resorts World sometime. But so far, Big Bet's been very, very generous letting us use their studio. So it's been great.
I mean, Bally's Big Bet Live, they're definitely trying to do a lot of creative things with the stream. Not just trying to copy everything else that's out there. They're trying to actually be innovative, offer a different product than everything else that's out there. And obviously, when you innovate, you might do some things that people aren't big fans of, but you'll also find things that people really enjoy.
Right.
So it's really, really, really important that if you're watching this and you are enjoying it, please let us know what you really are enjoying. And if you are disliking something for whatever reason, also let us know as well. Because if we know good and bad, we can really work on things and provide different things. I also really like that they're offering different things kind of week to week. Some weeks they're doing bigger games, doing stuff like with you guys, so offering a pretty wide range of options too. We have a three-way all-in here between Vixen, Ajaz, and McShevin. Vixen was only all in for 225. Ajaz very slightly had her covered.
What are these? These are
I don't know, bro. There's enough alcohol.
King 9-8 rainbow board.
Yes.
Alex, are you caught up yet?
AJ still has a little bit behind.
Yeah, just a tiny bit though.
5.
And I close to get an ant draw.
Thank you.
Ace.
Vixen here with the
Good so far.
Yeah.
up, down, straight draw to the nuts.
Yeah. Thank you.
We don't see
She picks up the best hand on 7s, 10s, jacks, and queens. 7s and queens, she makes the nuts and has him drawing stone dead. Jacks and tens, he will be very live on.
Ace, that's seat 7.
Oh, ace jack, sorry. I thought he had ace queen.
Hey, Megan, what do you have so I can root for that?
Oh, I have outs.
But what do you have so I
Okay,
can
give
root?
me a queen. I need a queen.
Okay, let's do it. Let's give her
7 deuce for Ajaz.
Ajaz had a 7
Oh, and he
deuce.
folded on the flop. That makes sense.
That does make
I was very
sense.
surprised that he folded for that little more, but
Yeah.
I'm ready. Here we go.
flops don't nothing.
Seven, there's
Drills
a
the nuts,
straight.
but ace jack is live for the chop and bricks out.
Jack 10. C4 wins.
Vixen gets the full triple up, goes from 230 up to 685.
7 deuce.
You got that.
Everyone here bought in for $2,000. Multiple people have been rebuying as well.
All right.
Cheers, David.
Cheers to McShovin getting drunk.
Too much shoving, getting drunk.
David down there, my sponsor. Where are you at? Where are you at?
25 in the left.
Looks like a round of drinks for the guys.
Jonathan.
Cheers, David.
Cheers.
This is truly a home game. I mean, like, when I've seen action like this, it was playing with, you know, my friends from college back in Minnesota. You know, when I'm home during the summer doing things like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the feeling that they're going for. whenever
Yeah,
they're-
and honestly, like, this to me, this is a home game that they're playing at the Tropicana.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
But I cannot. I'm
Also, if you haven't seen this studio is very, very nice.
4 and 5 fold.
Seeing it each time I've been here and I'm playing in it, wonderful setup. They're incredibly nice here. They do a really good job. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I'm commentating right now, but honestly, this is one of the best environments I've played in.
They've
and
taken care of us really well.
Yeah.
Like, there's the few times that I've been playing here as well.
Oh, no, I am allergic. I forgot to be allergic to salmon. I'm allergic to coffee now. 25 Oh, shit.
They're also playing with time chips as well.
100.
Seat 6 raised to 100. 100.
So keeping the action flowing.
David, I haven't seen my cards, but
All right, 2 twos all in.
I haven't seen my.
I'll fucking make this call for you.
Ajaz says he hasn't looked, and he's all in for 85.
I have aces.
Aces are good. I called you.
I have aces.
Or 155.
2s all in.
Chocolate milk shots.
Because they took me scared.
You want my shot?
Thank you. Can I see your
Does Ajaz actually have 7 deuce?
quarter for the month?
That's the question here.
Running.
I mean, that's what he had before.
Good hand.
Here's the board.
I didn't see my hand.
You didn't look?
He said he hasn't looked, so we're not sure. If he does,
It might actually be 7 deuce.
No, it's okay. You could.
I'm very curious.
I got 7. I seen one.
I told you it's magic.
Deuce.
oh, and he hits a 7 on the.
Is it 7 deuce?
7 deuce?
Oh, he
and
hadn't looked.
Wow.
So the blind all in, gets 7 deuce, sucks out an ace queen, and gets an extra $400, $50 per person. That is a nice blind all in.
That is the best he could do with the 7 deuce blind all in right there.
That's fucking awesome.
That is,
Goes that way.
700 goes up.
yeah, that's pretty amazing.
David, I need a button.
Wait, what are you doing with yours?
I was like,
And he gets, oh,
4,000. This was exciting.
I told you I put it on that card. That was the 7.
Yeah, that's a 7. The 7 came on.
I got you.
All right, button 2, 3.
so the big red time chip in front of everyone denotes the stand-up game. So if they have the time chip in front of them, they've won the stand-up game. So right now we have AJ, Allan, and
Get up about it.
I think AJ, Allan are the only 2 without stand-up funds in front of them. So they're heads up in the stand-up game. So if AJ wins the stand-up game, then Allan will have to pay everyone else $50. Allan wins the stand-up game, AJ will have to pay everyone else $50.
Question, Jonathan. How far?
I have also never seen Allan lose the stand-up game in the many times we played. So this may be a first.
Wait, really?
This
He never
happens.
loses?
I've never seen him lose.
And how long?
7, 20.
It's been a long, like I've seen him I've watched him play stand-up game and I've played in the games and I have never seen him.
Interesting.
I've never seen him lose it.
All right, so he's probably really going to be going for this then.
Raised to 100.
I see my hand. I'm 40.
Seat 1 raising now. 290.
No sé, entonces no voy a
We have a raise to $100, or sorry, a raise to $20, a 3-bet to $100 from Allan, trying to win this stand-up game. Jonathan cold calling this $100 3-bet. And we're also getting a little bit of a change of the guard. I am now being joined by Mr. Brian Green.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, Brian, how's it going? Ryan and Brian in the booth.
Yes, sir. They just said they needed someone to come dumb it down a little bit. So.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense that they'd bring you in for that. We have a, like I said, we have a heads-up pot here. Looks like it went 4-bet, 615 in the middle, a C-bet of $340 by Jonathan.
One shot for me.
Allan is heads up in the stand-up game with AJ, which is why this pot has been ridiculous already. Also, there's been a lot of action. I mean, this game has been absurd.
Yeah, I briefly walked in the room and seems like they were doing a round of shots, so that usually helps quite a bit.
Yeah. That is certainly the case. In tournaments, we don't even get a shot level. We get a beer level. And usually only 1 to 3 people do it. So I've bet a $400 by Allan. Allan could really have a lot of different things here. He's really trying to win the stand-up game. So him bluffing or having whatever would not surprise me.
Jonathan, how much you pay?
I'm asking you.
I pay you $10.
Do that right now.
Is that ace queen? Was he bluffing with the best hand?
Bro, that was priceless. What did he say? I wish.
It's a hard trade.
I wish that
Ace jack. Thin little value bet there.
Very, very much. Button 4.
Okay, that was the last time.
Did you get 75
bro, I wish,
to Allan?
I wish there is a way.
Tonight's stacks, Corey Ironing was 7,200. It's about what he paid for. Short stack here, of course, is Vixen. Everyone bought in for 2,000. Allan, now the tightest player, 28% VPIP, and Ajaz at the loosest player with 48%. This game's a lot of action. Have you played in this game, Brian?
I have played at Big Bet, but a little bit bigger limits than this, but my first time ever in the commentating booth, so bear with me if I say a lot of stupid stuff here.
It's 1,000,000% wrong.
You'll get the hang of it. Our biggest winner tonight, McShovin at plus $5,000, and Ajaz is the biggest loser at minus 4K. So while this is a 5-5 game, play more like 10-20 no limit. Our biggest winner last night was plus $12,000 in like a 5-hour game, and the biggest loser was minus $7,000.
Sounds like a pretty decent 5-5 game.
Yeah, this is definitely this is like I've never played cash in Texas, but this is how I imagine 5-5 in Texas plays.
It's a pretty accurate.
So once again, Ajaz is the loosest player. He's been the loosest player all night. He's down to 48%. He started at 70. He's been steadily tightening down a little bit. So 48% is.
Guys, I'm building Allan. Look.
So is there any penalty tonight for the VPIP?
No penalty. We are doing the Deuce 7 game. So while this is a 5-5 game with a $5 ante.
AJ
the Pro.
By the way,
bro, AJ the Pro.
For your glasses, it's not meaning it's the same.
So they have Deuce 7 going for $50 a person.
You like locking up a win or something?
And they have the stand-up going for $50 a person. Wow. So it's a 10 big blind for both of those. So that's why this game's playing a decent amount bigger than what you would expect.
Yeah, looks like some fairly deep stacks for 5-5 too.
Yep.
My mom, my uncle, they're watching at home.
Yeah, so our two bigger stacks, Corey has about 7K, and Absolute Nuts David has about 6K. So it's more like a 10-20 type stack depth.
Allan, I'm beating you, bro.
David.
So at the dealer change, they do, of course, do a double board bomb pot.
No.
Check.
Pot size is 225, so $25 a person.
How much you have? I didn't even see you.
So this is your first time ever being in a commentary booth?
It is.
Wow.
About 35%. I'm 38.
This year, I first did commentary, I think when I was like 22, so. But I haven't done it consistently, and it's always fun to get back into the booth.
Well, I was playing over at the Win, the $1,100 tournament, and Alex told me if I busted, I should come over. And when I heard you were here, I was like, oh, it'll be easy. I'll just sit and listen to him, and
Thank you, bro.
you'll have you'll articulate the technical stuff a lot better than I can imagine. But
Next time,
Appreciate that.
maybe I can provide some comedic relief or something.
Yeah, I skipped the Win 1100 to come here and do commentary.
Well, I got it all in pre-flop aces versus ace king of spades, and then got the queen, 7 of diamonds, 6 of hearts flop.
what is the thing?
And still lost the hand. So
Yeah, that's not great. That is oftentimes.
You have a big.
So while Brian hasn't done commentary, we played a lot of tournaments against each other.
We have.
We have a lot of history. We've also spoken a lot at the table as well.
yes, sir.
So certainly should be an easy conversation for both of us here.
Open-ended, and I missed everything.
No,
Ooh, we have Vixen missing her double flush draw.
Oh, wow. I had it locked down.
Okay.
And then I turned to flush draw on the other one.
but that's in the super high game.
David, you want a massage tonight, or you got one earlier?
I think no, not today.
Okay, you.
Cash games like this make me wish, A, that this type of cash game is more common, and B, that tournaments ever played like this. I don't think I've ever been at a tournament table that was this talkative.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little camaraderie at the table for sure.
I think anyone would be under 50.
I noticed when I went in there, it was a lot more lively than it usually is. I've probably played here 12, 15 times, and we've had some fun, but when I went in there a minute ago, they were living it up.
Could be.
For the black.
I need a quadruple.
So normally it depends on the stream, but in a lot of streams you'll get hole cards up.
Right.
We don't get hole cards up until the end of the hand, and the reason why is because it is completely and totally live.
Oh, okay.
So what we're watching right now is actually happening essentially right now. Whatever the total Twitch. So for the viewers, it's probably like literally a 10-second delay or something like that. That's it.
Yeah, and I was told on the last time that you commentated that you were guessing hands pretty accurately, pretty regularly.
I generally have a pretty good idea as to what's going on and what people are doing. It doesn't matter if it's cash or tournaments. It's all poker. It's all the same. It's all about looking at it and trying to figure it out. So we have a raise to $60, a 3-bet to $300.
Thank you very much.
Just a little 5x 3-bet.
And David here is tanking in the hijack
That then is for the fruit that you're.
on a $1,000 stack. Folds.
Thank you, brother.
So Corey and McShovin are two of the larger stacks. McShovin, he bought in for $2,000, so he's having a really good night so far, plus $4,000, and he's now one of the bigger stacks.
Just a little mental note, it's always tough facing a 5x 3-bet when the guy that did it has like a mouthful of food and is like...
and wearing a bird mask. The Queen Jack 9, all club board texture, monotone board, certainly could cause a lot of action.
Okay. Queen of clubs.
So to nerd out a little, for poker theory, this is a very static board texture. So lots of small bets are going to be used from a theory perspective, but we've been seeing lots of big bets here, so certainly nothing would surprise me.
300.
Corey betting about half pot. King of diamonds turn, adding 4 to a straight.
Call.
Have you played with any of these players before?
I don't believe I have.
I have not either.
I'm not even familiar with any of them. But I do really like the bird mask, though.
Allan Richardson has played in some pretty big games.
I have played with Allan.
Ooh,
I didn't even notice
Corey smashing the 9-7.
Go luck box.
Mick Shovin's 5x 3-bet, Jack 8 off, and Corey here with the 9-7 suited. Really, really getting lucky with that river 7. This game has been all action.
Yeah, if they're going to be 3-betting to 300 with that hand, maybe I should go jump in and get out of the booth.
dommage, je vais être bluff.
I was gonna say, I know normally you don't play this small, but this seems like a game that you would be more than happy to sit down and play in.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
You got a button? Crazy.
You know, and that's the thing. So while this is Bally's Big Bet Live, this crew, they are known as the Absolute Nuts crew. 3 of the players at the table founded the group, but they're all pretty much friends. They do streaming, they have a YouTube channel, and do all that type of stuff. And their goal really is to just have fun and play with people that want to have fun. So they don't really allow pros to play in their game. They don't want any full-time players. You know, they're just friends enjoying and having a good time and trying to show what poker should be as a recreational player.
Yeah, makes sense.
Win in row. Win in row.
Bring some players into the game this way for sure. Watch people have fun. It doesn't always have to be so serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though we are still playing for some pretty serious money here.
Yeah, and actually, both Jonathan and Allan, a couple of the others too, had made sure that part of the reason why they keep it at 5-5 is they don't want anyone to get too burned by, you know, this game. You know, still plays really big. So if they were playing 10-20, it would be insane, and pretty much everyone could get financially destroyed by it. So having it be a little bit more approachable of a game makes it a lot easier for everyone to play and have fun and not care as much about the money. That makes it just a much more engaging time.
For sure.
We have an 8-way limped pot. Allan betting $25 on this King 6-5 two-tone board, King 6 of clubs. Looks like it might be getting fully through. Vixen ended up going all in, it looks like, and taking it down. So the red time chips in front of each player is for the stand-up game. They're actually playing under a timed game, though. I think they get at most a minute per decision, and if they use a minute, their hand is just dead. So they don't get any time extensions. So each time you're in this overhead view, anyone that has a red button, they're essentially sitting down. Last person who ends up sitting down pays everyone else $50. And then, of course, we also have the Deuce to 7 game going for $50 as well.
All right. So what do we got? 2 people left in the stand-up game? Vixen and...
No, 2 are in now. So the red buttons mean they have won, and they are now sitting down.
Okay.
So we just reset.
So they're not giving up the button, they're actually getting
earning.
the button.
Yeah, they're earning it. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was playing in the 25-50 game about a month ago, they had a cool side roll where if you won a pot with Deuce to 7 in the stand-up game, not only would you get paid for it, but you would also get to make someone stand back up.
Okay.
So it could cause a little more chaos. You could really punish someone that you know might tilt, or you know, if someone's having a really good night and just sucked out on you, you can make them stand.
We're gonna look after we check here. So check.
Yeah, when I've played the stand-up game, we've done it the opposite way here, where everyone starts with a button and you give up your button when you win a hand, when you show the hand.
Yep, so here's the other way. We have a 6-way pot here, but pretty small pot. That being said, this is Bally's Big Bet Poker Live, of course, at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in the fabulous city of Las Vegas, Nevada. And while this is a 5-5 no limit game, obviously, as everyone can see, this is more like a 10-20 plus. So this is still a big bet game. We have a bet of $45, raise to $150, a cold call by $150, and a call again. And seeing a pot go from $30 to $480 on the turn, not surprising in this game.
3 players.
And somewhat interesting river card. There certainly are some straights that are possible. Jonathan looks like he's going to bet $375 into $480 pot. AJ had bet the turn and Jonathan raised.
The table.
Yeah.
I know.
After yesterday?
I think we all got burned up.
David behind now.
So what kind of holding you putting Jonathan on in this hand?
I would say he probably most likely has Jack 7 suited.
Commentators to carry the weight.
Would probably be my main guess. I don't think he's bluffing on the turn. Not when AJ overbets and he raises. I'd say it's like, yeah, that would be my main guess. Is Jack 7 suited, not diamonds.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll have to just turn that up.
When AJ overbets and
all in.
calls and then goes all in.
Now it got turned off.
Whoa.
Interesting.
I guess maybe AJ had a combo draw that got there, or like ace 9.
AJ.
8.
8, 5, and 5, 4. Jonathan was just running a real fun bluff. AJ just, yeah, they both just had straight draws on the turn, and AJ drilled it. So Jonathan's been kind of known for being a chaotic player, running lots of bluffs, making lots of those types of decisions. AJ as well, he likes to battle a bit, but he picks his spots more carefully. I mean, as you can see here, the 8-5 offsuit, you know.
He flopped open-ended.
On turn, he overbet into 5 other players. So still going for just picking his selection a little bit more carefully. Ajaz here in the 2-seat. He's definitely been the action player. He runs the highest VPIP, plays the most hands. David in the hold hat. He's one of the co-founders of Absolute Nuts. He's definitely been the most chaotic player. Well, he's not been the loosest. He's been the most willing to just at 5-5 make it $200 with like Queen 7 offsuit or do things like that.
So does the Absolute Nuts crew have a venue that they normally play in,
Yeah,
or do they just
usually
move
play
around?
at the Resorts World.
Okay. So giving Bally's a try. Huh?
Yep, they've been playing here on the stream game the last couple of weeks and using this venue. Been really enjoying it. Of course, it's an absolute, as you know, you've said you've played here like 15 times. Isn't it like one of the best venues you've ever played at?
For sure, I love the crew here. Really good people. They take good care of the players.
Allan's defending.
It's a good time for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely one of the most fun venues I've played in. It's one of the few venues that kind of reminded me of playing in the Poker Go studio. Just very nice and classy, take care of the players really well. There aren't that many places that like give you free food and like, you know, kind of go out of their way to really make you feel well taken care of.
But you help me.
We have a really fun pot here, 3-way $600 pot.
And we're not doing flips, we're not doing hold.
Ace King 6 with flush draw being possible. David just going all in for about a pot-sized bet.
Bad for the vlog. Is it better for you to be in front with a flop, or does it matter?
Probably better here, truthfully, but.
What is my
Allan
animal?
folds, and
What is the tiger?
Looks like a
Tiger shark?
Here?
Is it tiger shark?
Ajaz folds, David having flopped top pair.
These ones?
So the reason why David showed his hand, and this is something that I will remember for a very long time, the only way you can win in the stand-up game is by tabling your cards.
Right.
We go.
So when I was playing 2550, we were doing I think a $200 stand-up game, and I just forgot to
He
table,
slept it. Yeah.
and then I ended up losing. So it cost me $1,000.
What about his?
Yeah, I heard a story when I was playing. Jungle Man said he was playing $1,000 a man, and he slept it twice in the same session.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
It didn't work. He's still like mellow.
Because there's no alcohol in there. I told you.
You got David.
Then I've played with guys where if you tell the guy that you feel sorry that show your hand, then you get an extra button for telling someone.
Oh,
Like
so
if you let them know that they're supposed to show, then
you get
you
max
get an
punish.
extra one. Yeah.
I like that. The thing I've noticed about cash games is, well, a game like this obviously is a lot more fun. I've noticed a lot of cash games like to have things that are like pretty cutthroat in them, like doing stuff like that. And like part of the cutthroatness of cash games is also kind of where part of the fun comes from.
Right. I mean, when I've played here, we've had 35% VPIP rule, 7 Deuce, stand-up game, all that running at once. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, which causes a lot of chaos and also kind of makes the game like a really deadly game.
It really does.
Ace 8, Ace 9, Megan, same thing.
We have Jonathan going all in. McShovin went with the 9-6 suited raise, and Jonathan shows his hand and takes down the stand-up with Ace King.
Ace 9 and Ace 8 are
Guys, last call.
He's got the goods.
They're the same.
He's got the real hand.
Yep, the church.
Ace 8 and 9, they're specifically the same.
Pretty sure that nickname was, the nickname of the church was,
So I don't know for
pretty sure
people.
Kmart came up with it, Kmart Poker, Kevin Martin. I like the name of
Holy
the church, because you're praying for an ace or a king to hit.
Right?
It's not a...
So I think this is the first time I've seen a stream game where everyone's got their phone.
My card is searching.
Yeah, I think it's because since we're not doing a delay, it's just less strict of a rule. If there were whole cards live on stream, then no phones
I did
would be allowed.
40.
Also, Jonathan here in the 1 seat, being the Absolute Nuts, one of the Absolute Nuts co-founders, is actually streaming this game live on his phone, showing his whole cards. So if you wanted to, you could have that stream up where you get to play his hands with him, and then you also get commentary and view of everyone else here with Bally's double stream.
They're waiting.
Gotta get my
Chop. Like Jonathan is never buying for 1,000.
3 players.
We are 3 ways to this Ace Queen 7 2-diamond flop. It was a 3-way raise flop. David S., Corey, and Allan are in the hand.
That's 75.
Allan, also one of the co-founders of Absolute Nuts. He likes to play in some pretty big games, but when he plays cards, he really is all about having fun, which is, like, this whole crew is really all about that. So we have a $75 bet with 2 callers. That queen is a very scary turn card.
350.
And Allan is betting pot into his 2 opponents.
350. 350.
Pretty sure
Bet 350.
Corey bet turn and bet flop, and Allan called, and then David is now tanking. Allan could certainly have a queen here.
350, fold.
David calls, and it looks like Corey finds a fold. I think it's pretty likely here that David's just going to have an ace. Allan, if he was bluffing on the turn, certainly could have diamonds. I don't think there are that many hands that Allan is going to check this river with, because let's say he was bluffing with King Jack or King 10, probably going to follow through on it. If he has a queen, probably going to jam it for value. If he has diamonds, he just got there.
60.
Who's the action on it?
I think Allan is looking at David's stack and is considering what to do.
What is my choice? Bro, you kill him, you bring him back, you kill him.
He'll be back.
Debating whether or not to put them all in, it looks like.
He's never gone for long.
No?
No.
Yep.
Do we need to call him with shot?
Puts them all in. So something I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed this as well, I've noticed when people take their time and then make a bet in this type of spot that they're almost always strong.
I know this. That's the problem.
You remember?
I need mixed seven to bring the.
I think part of the reason why people do that is they're like making it seem like they have this tough decision. They're trying to decide whether or not they want to pull a bluff or not, and you know they just have it. What do you think? You think he's got it here?
I'm so tired.
From my experience playing with Allan,
Gotta bring it back.
I would say he probably does have it.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get the strays.
So you think he's been a little bit more snug in like big pots? Yeah.
I mean, when I've played with him, he's played pretty straightforward, actually. So
You think in the
doesn't
5?
seem to mess around too much.
Even in the 5-5, you don't think he's gonna?
Do you have another one?
I haven't played below like 50, 100 with him, but I know when I've played with him, he's been really snug,
He's saying
straightforward.
clock.
He actually, at no point has he been the tightest player.
Looks like he's been in the gym.
Where's like the laser?
Certainly puts me to shame.
Music.
I mean, I've got dad bod.
Stressing me out.
Yeah, we gotta work on that.
Thinking respect. AJ's winning up. Freaking thinking respect hasn't been fun. AJ, you a solid guy. Hope you win big tonight. He's been winning big. He needs to donate a little bit tonight. Like, we're not greedy. Just
How come there's no noise?
What is David thinking?
So scared.
I think he has an ace. I think he has like ace 10. Pretty sure he has ace 10 and Allan has queen jack.
No, but we want to hear.
Maybe my guess for both players.
No, they just want to hear the clock sound.
Doesn't look like Allan put him quite all in. He's sitting with what, about 1,000 behind?
Freshie.
Do you get it, bro?
9-8 of diamonds. I'm surprised Allan chose that large of a bluff size on the turn, but he did tank the river and then put it in, and he had it.
I'll keep these.
See what David called with. David definitely had an ace. Let's see if it was ace 10.
Okay, so we 200.
No, we don't get to see in time, unfortunately. But he did say he had an ace, which is, of course, makes the most sense. He bet flop. checked on the scary queen, correctly called on turn, and unfortunately could not find the river fold.
He won the pot and ran away.
Yeah, I just don't feel like Allan has too many bluffs there.
No. I mean, the only bluffs that would make sense would be like King Jack, King 10, Jack 10.
Yeah, I think I can find a fold with an ace there, actually, but
I know you took it.
I can understand the call, too.
Yep. So on turn, when Allan bet it, he bet it very fast. And then on river, he took his time and then made the bet.
20.
So on turn, when he's betting, he's trying to like represent a strong hand by going really quick. And then on the river, he's trying to represent, you know, that he's thinking about what he should do, and he ends up having it.
So whatever we want.
There are hole cards.
The blinds are just a formality.
It's just they're shown at the end of action. And Alex is saying in 2 weeks, we have a 25, 50, 100 and a 1, 2, 200 games. So if you want some higher stakes games, that is in 2 weeks, which I will be doing the commentary again with Nikki Limo.
Did we smash this?
I think so.
Nikki's the best.
We don't.
Yeah, Nikki is absolutely wonderful. I've never done commentary with her, but I'm certainly looking forward to it. And Alex is saying that you're playing in those games in 2 weeks.
Supposed to, for sure. God willing.
Well, best of luck. I hope you do very well.
6-2's all in.
Why the fuck are you guys?
So we have I think we have a $20 straddle. We have 2 calls, and then we have an all-in for $780.
7 called all.
McShovin finding a call. I do like McShovin as a nickname. It just makes me think of McLovin from
Superbad?
Superbad, yes. I was blanking on the name. Thanks for the for that.
Superbad's a classic.
Yeah, I mean,
McLovin, I'll never forget that scene.
how old am I that is now a classic?
Once, twice?
I think you still got some years.
Whatever you want to do.
Years to catch up with you.
This is live.
Whatever you want.
We did 2 before.
Certainly true, but I definitely feel like a dinosaur these days.
I had to snap call so Jonathan would fold.
Oh, yeah.
McShovin with the King Deuce off, flopped nearly dead on this flop.
Oh, we
I
got
think they are running it twice. Yes, they are.
good to know.
AJ's trying to go for the full scoop
Oh shit! I had a.
So, McShoving found a call with
King Deuce. Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty fortunate for AJ.
Drills the
Still
king
alive.
and still
We only
loses.
run one.
AJ's ace 10 going with the full scoop, getting the double up.
You guys are
2 pair on one board and Broadway on the
She
other.
gave you on the river.
Pretty hard to beat. Yeah, so this game has been a lot of action. King Deuce pretty comfortably calling off.
You thought he was.
100. I guess it was a $10 straddle or a $20 straddle, so 40 big blinds. But
It's a little gambling. With
yeah,
the King
that's
Deuce for sure.
he definitely likes to go for it.
You too.
See if I can get his number before we close out the show. Invite him to my game.
I think almost all of these players largely just play in the Absolute Nuts game, which is 3 nights a week. They play Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at Resorts World. Ellis saying this plays like his local 2-5, which, yeah, this is, they like to have a lot of fun.
We got to get him away from Resorts World.
I love that package.
Keep him over here at the Tropicana.
Of course.
I noticed, by the way, when I've played the stream here, it's been like Wednesdays and Thursday nights. So I've never been here on a weekend night. And the Tropicana was actually kind of jumping down there when I came
it was
in.
very, very busy. Lots
I was
of
actually
action.
surprised.
I mean, it's a Saturday night in Las Vegas. This is one of the nicest times of the year. It's one of the last warm days as well.
Use the boys' room, and I wind up going in the girls' room by mistake.
Tropicana, of course, one of the key properties on the Strip's been here. I want to say it was built in the 90s.
My big blind?
Pretty sure it was
I
built
think
in
it's
the 90s.
one of the last old school properties standing. For a little while longer, anyway.
Yeah, it is. I know it's going to be. Aren't they still going to be? I thought they were going to be tearing it down soon.
I heard about the 18-month range.
Yeah.
That they'll tear it down, and this is, I guess, where the
That's because of your mustache.
Major League Baseball Stadium is going to go.
Right. So if you want to play in Bally's Big Bet Live here at the Tropicana, which honestly it's been an absolutely fabulous property. This has been, I mean, like I said, this is one of my favorite venues I've ever played at. They treat the players really well. Reason why we have a 9-way pot, well, a lot of reasons in this game we've had a 9-way pot. They're doing a bomb pot.
I mean, you got Layla, Dylan. Yep. How can you beat that?
Yeah, true. Layla is absolutely wonderful. Certainly one of my favorite people. King, Queen, 9, 2-diamond board in this bomb pot.
She plays a little poker, too. She's not a bad, bad little player.
Are these the same ones from the other day, or they're fresh? Same ones.
Couples with a very capable poker player, too.
Yep, yeah. John, also a longtime friend of mine. $150 bet. Looks like it might be just getting it down. Wow, with a flopped set of queens. Pretty tough to do there.
First hand of the entire night.
Yeah, just in case he's watching, we got to give the Pearl Jammer a little shout out.
What am I going to do with that? I tipped more than that tonight.
So tonight's chip counts, Corey Eyring, 7,600. He bought in for 7,000, so up a little bit. AJ still the loosest player. He's been the VPIP winner all night. AJ the pro, now the tightest, still at 28% though. Looking like we're up around a 35-40% average. VPIP, McShovin, the biggest winner of the night, plus 3,600. AJazz, the biggest loser at minus 3,500. Last night, the biggest winner was 12K, and the biggest loser was minus 7. So tonight's game, it's still been very swingy. It's just people have been passing around money a little bit more.
Now that AJazz
Looking at 12K win in a 5-5 game is a pretty decent night.
35 and 49%.
This, of course, is Bally's Big Bet Live at the wonderful Tropicana Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I think they're confusing David Silva with you.
No, 3 of us are.
I play a lot.
Every game here to play poker. We never get to fold every hand.
It's because he's quiet.
AJ, you are so close.
And of course, this game is the absolute nuts game. Jonathan there with his phone to his back to us in the one seat. He is streaming this live on the Absolute Nuts channel. All of these players are friends. They play regularly together at Resorts World. And while this is a 5-5 game, it is certainly playing significantly larger.
Zero action.
This is a double board bomb pot. Ace, Queen, Deuce, 2 diamonds up top. Queen, 10, 4, 2 spades down below. Both these board textures very dynamic. Best hand possible, changing a lot of the deck.
We invite a guy, bro. We invite a guy as he played like one hand in the whole night. Remember? That guy, the British guy.
assume you have a lot of experience playing in these bomb pots.
I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't say overly a lot of experience, but I've definitely, I think we actually took them out of our game.
Oh,
here.
really?
The first couple of times we had them, but then I think it was a consensus to
bring them back.
What? I don't think, I think Eric Person didn't really like them that much, so we didn't.
That makes sense.
We didn't play him when he was playing, but I think he likes to stick to the no limit streets.
So we have both flushes coming in. Diamonds up top, spades down below.
Yeah. Looks like
King, 6 of spades are going to take it down. Looks like a bet and a fold. 10 deuce off. Rest in peace, Doyle. Not getting it done. Oh, so were you guys doing PLO bomb pots? Yeah. See, that makes sense. See, they've just been sticking to no limit bomb pots, which I enjoy. I prefer no limit bomb pots to PLO bomb pots. So no limit bomb pots, it's very hard to have good hands on both boards. It also feels a little easier to win when you can bet more than pot on river. PLO, it's a lot harder to force people out. It's easier to make the nuts. So the PLO bomb pot, someone's going to have the nuts on the board almost always. Well, no limit bomb pot, it's a lot harder for that to happen.
True.
So I think they're going to be a little bit more chaotic, which I kind of like.
One, fold,
decent number of Corey fans in the chat. Corey is Corey Eyring. He is a poker content creator. He is the only player here who is not really part of the Absolute Nuts crew. This is his first time playing with them. He's flown out and was invited to play in the game.
I will. This one I will.
Cool deal. Which one is that?
Corey, the youngster.
With the Bally shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the, yep.
Bally's Live, yeah.
Yep.
Good looking shirt.
Indeed. Certainly looks very nice. We have a 6-way raised pot, 9-8 for 2 hearts.
6, 7, 8 check, action on 3.
If you want to get in the game, just message them at Bally's Big Bet Live, Big Bet Poker on Twitter. And I think the most common game is the 25-50-50. That's like the main game that they play. And then 50, 100, and 1-2 are pretty common games as well. So this 5-5 game is not common. It usually plays a lot bigger. But I actually enjoy games like this. I like, you know, because like 25-50, 50-100, it's usually the same group of people, bringing some new faces. I really enjoy that. So we have a call of 40, so we have a bet of 40, a call, a raise to 350, and then an all-in to $3,600.
Wow. Big pot.
Yeah, very big pot.
Big pot brewing.
So this is a very dynamic board.
So we went from 350 to 3,600.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Call went from 40 to 350 to 3,600.
There is no way I made it.
David's going to go ahead and put his last 900 in play.
Wait.
And Absolute Nuts David is in the tank.
There's 2 more.
So I'm going to put David S on 10 Jack of Hearts.
Damn it. Wait.
I did.
That's a very specific yes. So I'm going to take the under on that. I do think it's pretty likely he does have a draw. I'm going to put him on like a low flush draw. Ooh, King 9.
Watch that shit.
King 9 versus 9-4 and 9-4. Wow.
We've all got 9s, but 2 of us got 2 pair here.
The King 9 is very live. Look at that, 33%, because he has
just put a heart on the turn to make it fun.
Or a heart. Yeah. 5 of hearts.
What do you have, David?
I just got a 9.
Okay.
So y'all got me beat.
You need a king. 7.
Got a heart.
So there is no button in this hand.
You need an 8 or a king.
So
So
David
is
is
this
the
real
most.
that we've got 2 people with 9-4 and flop 2 pairs?
And he has 33% against 222%. So the reason why it's 222% is because they're only 22% to win, but they chop a lot.
Yeah, 2 times.
David's equity at 33% pot is pretty high equity when you're in this type of spot. 7 giving him a lot of outs, a lot of added outs, 3 more. So David wins on 7s, kings.
You don't even want to look.
Did not get there.
You want to give me a chance?
Nope.
Told you I'd.
So AJ the Pro and Mick Shovin are going to chop up David's money here.
But only on the first board.
Oh, they're running it twice.
That makes sense. That's why I was a little confused. Oh, drills the king.
I got you on this.
So that is going to be chop, 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 chop.
Runner diamond.
And you only run it once, so you would have gotten. You were scooped.
I know.
Bottom.
No, there's a side.
You guys can give me a free
So
call.
the 9-4s chop the top, and then the king 9 just chops the entire pot. So the 9-4s get quartered, and the king 9 is going to.
Oh, shit.
But it looks like with the different stacks and stuff,
He has to hit a king, and he hits.
David, Kiloko.
it's like David's going to lose a little bit, AJ's going to win a chunk, the other 9-4 is going to lose a little bit too.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1175.
Bally's Big Bet Poker at the absolutely wonderful Tropicana in Las Vegas.
Back to what you were talking about a minute ago, Ryan, about the 5-5 game and it normally being 25-50 or 50-100. I was telling Alex, the producer, early on, you know, you can only find so many players. If you're going to run 3 games a week that are going to play that big.
Right.
So I think the name, Bally's Big Bet Poker, kind of pigeonholes you I guess, to like playing bigger stakes.
I don't think that's necessarily true because, I mean, even at 5-5, everyone's sitting $2,000. I think poker players are just really desensitized to, you know, the amount of money.
Right.
You know, AJ won $12,000 in this game last night. When I played the 25-50 game, I think I made 10K and I was the second biggest winner. So this is still a big game.
Right. And I've always said since they started this, I think you're going to have some of these type of games.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, yeah, I mean, the average person can relate a lot better to this, too.
Start all over.
Also, you know,
we're going to get a lot more players that are able to play at these stakes.
Right,
you know, 100, 200, who can really play that? You know, it's just.
Or even if, you know, even if it's a 5-10-10, you know, with all this stuff going, that's also still a pretty big game, or a 10-25-25. You know, making the game a little bit more accessible is going to create a wider pool of players, of course, and also going to be more relatable to most people watching. And if y'all would like to see more games that are more relatable like this, let us know. If you enjoy the complete live aspect of this, where we don't get hole cards until the end, but this is a completely live stream. There's no delay on this whatsoever. Let us know if you like that. Let us know if you prefer hole cards shown at all times. You know, let us know what you enjoy. Bally's is trying to do their best to not just provide, you know, the same product that everyone else offers, but also try to provide something that's a little bit different, a little unique. Test to see what works, what people like and dislike. And if more people want certain things, you know, they're going to offer a little bit more often, but also try to provide some variety.
Sure.
Yeah. I didn't know y'all.
I mean, enough variety to have you your first time ever in the commentary booth.
Yeah, both of us.
It's mainly because I really cut for the producer Alex, and all the crew is really good people. So anything I can do to help support them.
Yeah, I agree with that
folks.
too. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, obviously being commentating here, I'm a little bit biased, but I played in the cash game here. It was very, very well ran. They take incredibly good care of the players, and the people here care a lot about it as well. So, you know, they're not just doing this to make a buck. They care about the product, and they're trying their best to provide something new and unique, and also something that, you know, takes good care of the players too. Is there anyone here who in chat who prefers no hole cards? Bigger Ultra is asking. So we do get hole cards at the end of the hand. Let us know if you prefer this, or if you prefer to have hole cards the entire time.
When he brings his card up,
Who needs a button?
Nobody.
David.
I have a button.
Honestly, personally, I don't really mind either way.
Who else needs one?
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me either side because you get the information at the end. And I like trying to guess and figure out, you know, what people have and what they're doing.
Yeah, it's an easy philosophy.
But
I've watched back some streams that I've played on that when the whole cards are displayed, and when I hear the commentating, I'm always like, well, it's super easy for you because you can see all the cards. So I think it also adds that element to
DM me on Instagram.
kind of the element of you having to try to figure out where people are at.
right, exactly.
A little bit more guesswork to it than
Jonathan, the answer is
So it's a little bit more of an active watch versus a more passive watch.
I think so.
They need to test the box, okay?
We have a raise of $40, a call, and a 3-bet to 350.
It's probably much easier to commentate if you have whole cards, but
Yeah, I think some of the storytelling aspects of it can be a tiny bit easier, but
you never.
you know, if you have to work for it as a commentator,
I just don't remember. I wanted you guys to do it for me.
do that again.
I would butcher it.
Yeah, so Argonaut saying, I think no hole cards is good occasionally, but in general, hole cards is nice. And, you know, I don't necessarily disagree. I like variety. And I think that's what Bally's is trying to go for, is they don't just want to offer the same thing. They definitely want to try out different things, offer a wide range, you know, offer games like this, offer the bigger games, really big games.
Which one is for the button? Which one is for the button?
And the absolute nuts crew, I mean, honestly, I would love to play in this game. Obviously not because of, you know, just it's an action game and it looks really good, but also just
Win, bro. I believe it.
I haven't seen a game this fun in.
I have 5 3.
everyone's talking. Super active environment for sure.
It's an okay hand.
I have a deuce of it.
Jonathan
You and I
here,
play a lot of tournaments, so we
Right.
get a lot of just
very
people
quiet.
sitting with their headphones on, and
I mean, I'm guilty of that myself.
Queen
So.
or queen? Jack.
Jack.
Not always, but every once in a while, I'm certainly going to be the
King. Okay.
not saying
King in the
anything.
clear and turn.
No problem.
Looks like, I think they're running this twice.
King on the
river.
King on the river.
Jonathan with King Jack of Hearts, backdoor, straight draw, backdoor flush draw on this flop.
Give me a heart.
Ace Jack looking very, very live here. The 81%.
Relax, relax, relax.
6-9 or heart.
You gotta do that bird dance if you win.
6-9 or heart.
King.
Queen of Spades.
Now we just need a king.
King.
Nothing fun.
King.
Put your hat on if you win.
See if they're running it twice or not. Jack, they just Ace Jack just takes it. That looks like they did just run it once.
Bro, is this your friend?
Yeah, they did just run it once.
No, that I
Okay, you wouldn't have done that.
I don't know if I'd be as cool if I lost all my chips and have to see them.
So you said you've been playing in some of these bigger Bally's big bet games. What's the biggest pot that you've won?
The guy ran out of the room to pee.
I'm gonna say 170,000.
And what's the biggest pot that you've lost?
I think around 90.
Okay, yeah, that's
Not bad.
It's nice that the one that you won is a little bit bigger. That is certainly a good thing.
To be honest, when I got invited to the 100-200 game, it was the biggest I had played at the time. Or I had played 100-200, but knowing that Person and Airball,
Right.
Patrick
Oh,
Antonius,
so it's going to be a big,
Santos,
yeah,
knowing that they were there, knowing that they were playing, I would say about a week before the game, I started kind of getting a little bit of butterflies.
Right, of course.
And I was fortunate enough that I ran really, really good. I got Ace King the very first two hands. I overplayed Ace 10 one hand where I flopped Ace 10-6 and then turned to 10 and kind of blew Nick off the pot on the turn.
Fun.
But yeah, it was a really fun stream. I bought in for 80 and cashed out for like 280. So
Sick.
not a bad.
No, that's real sick.
Not a bad day in the office.
Not bad at all.
All out.
That one day is better than my largest ever live tournament score.
This is crazy. Is this worthy?
So you're gonna call, right?
You just did in a 1-200 game. Easy game, no problem.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous going in actually.
We have a decent size all in. We have a raise to $100, an all in to $1,500, and Vixen cold sticking in her 445.
Oh my god.
But we're all in. You can squeeze.
Bro, a little angle. There you go. Put that on camera.
Look.
Watch David Muck that on camera.
Oh my God.
So I know the biggest tournament you played in was the $111,000 one drop, which you final tabled and took fourth?
Fifth.
Fifth.
Fifth for close to 1.2.
So I heard a rumor about how you got into this tournament, and I was curious as to whether it's true. Someone mentioned that you essentially played blackjack and spun it up.
Correct.
How much did you spin it up from?
10,000.
So you turned $10,000 at blackjack into $111,000, and then you turned that into $1.2 million.
In the span of about 5 days. It was actually a total accident, to be honest. I was in a. Thank you. I was in a day two in the WSOP 5K.
We go like ace jack,
Grinding about 10 bigs on day two.
ace queen, king.
And one of the old legends in poker, Keith Lear, was at my day two table.
Yeah, Learjet, yeah.
And we've known each other for years, and he was really just table bragging, to be honest. And he asked me, "So Green, you gonna play the one drop?"
Ooh, this is a fun flop.
It is. That's all right.
Megancito.
Anyway, he asked me if I'm gonna play the one drop, and he was just table bragging.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, of course not. Like I don't play that high. And
Full house from
Keith said, "Well, I thought you'd play it. Like I thought you were." I said, "Nah. Why don't you put me in it?" And
Hit the flop, chop it up.
How much did I have?
long story short, I got in a flip, lost the flip, and Keith reached in his backpack because I told him if I didn't go deep in that tournament, I was probably going home. And he said, "You're not going home. The main's in a week." And I said, "Yeah, I think I am. I'm 80K stuck for the summer. I'm kind of over it." And he said, "I heard you've been learning to. You created an app to learn how to count blackjack." And he said, "Do you think you can have you put it in practice live yet?" And I said no. And so when I busted, he reached in his backpack and just threw 10 grand out on the table.
Corey, I appreciate it.
And I tried to beg off. I was like, nah, it's okay. And he said, look, you don't even worry about it. Just go run that into a buy-in. I feel like you're going to win the tournament. And it took me 3 days of up and down, grinding back and forth. You know, I went from 10 to 50, back down to 8, back up to 70, back down to 20. And finally, one of my buddies on the third day of with no sleep grinding blackjack tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, you realize you have like 140 in front of you now, right? And honestly, I was so exhausted that I didn't even realize I had hit my goal. But I played 2 more hands, lost both of those hands, and got out.
I don't have a...
And then that was the morning. It was about 5 in the morning of the day of the one drop that started at 3 p.m.
So you went home, got some sleep, came back?
Well, I couldn't sleep. I wanted to, but I couldn't sleep. I just kind of paced around with my back hurting. And my buddy, Justin Kruger, kept saying,
Should I fix it?
so you're going to go play this one drop? It started at 3, and about 6 in the evening, he was like, hey, I think it's time for you to go register. And I said, you know what? Maybe I should just give Keith his 10K back. I've got my 80K that I'm stuck.
Yeah.
It's probably not that great of an idea to go play with all the killers, you know.
Right,
like
and also on being up for 4 days.
I started thinking, no sleep. I'm playing against the best in the world. And finally, about 10:30 p.m., I decided to go jump in with maybe like about an hour and a half left to play. And I ended up bagging second in chips.
Wow.
So
that is, I mean, I knew it was a legendary story, but that just is.
It would have been much better if it had won the tournament. $5 million, you know.
Yeah, but still, that's absurd.
That's one of those hands I'll never forget, obviously.
Yeah.
Blind versus blind, I've got like 35 bigs, and Feder Holtz open jams, small. I looked down at 2 jacks.
100 games?
Or snap it off.
I don't think for very long at all because I know he's not open jamming better than jacks.
Yeah, of course not.
He had ace-9 off and
drills it.
Yeah, ace-5-5 flop, ace turn. See you later. So
yeah, still
good game.
10K of not your money into 1.2 million in 5 days.
It was very nice.
On no sleep.
And I also didn't leave Vegas for another 6 weeks until I systematically got banned from every property. So it was a very fun Sunday.
For blackjack counting?
Yes.
Yeah.
2016 was
that was a good summer.
Very, very fun summer.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Wow.
30. Yeah.
So what's funny is the ace-9 beats my jacks there. 3 years later, when I finally won my first bracelet, I jammed ace-9 and heads up against Ali Izmirovich, and he had kings, and I flopped the 9 river to 9 to win the bracelet. So ace-9's kind of the ace-9's kind of the.
I'm obviously not an Ali fan, as most people are not. So congratulations.
We were friends at the time, and
yeah, of course, everything else since then came
I didn't really
out,
know about all this stuff back then, but.
Point station.
Matthew and Shauna said,
Dr. Cheese wondering what
you'll ever see.
the one seat Jonathan is doing on his phone. He is streaming this game live on the Absolute Nuts YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed too, that everyone had their phone. But
yep.
Now I understand it.
Yeah, this is a completely live game.
Line with all the players.
Yeah, how many poker stories have you heard where someone turns $10,000 into 1.2 million? Playing blackjack, and then it's one of the toughest tournaments in the world after 3 days of no sleep. That's yeah.
It would have been fun. It would have been fun to win it for sure.
I mean, 1.2, I would certainly take all day.
And you know, after Feder won that $5 million. After Feder won that tournament for $5 million, he went on about a $20 million heater afterwards.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that was
I've
the
always
year
wondered
of
if
Fedor.
that was supposed to be mine.
Ship that one.
Certainly the year of Fedor holds. So I'd actually known Fedor for a pretty long time.
Anymore, bro.
He's a Crown Up guy online.
Right.
And he had,
I don't know.
I want to say he had just won the WCOOP main event, started backing some players, and I was helping him coach some of the players that he was backing. They were like low and mid-stakes grinders, and I was a long-time mid-stakes greg, so I was helping mid-stakes guys clean up their games a little bit, you know, do some of the main grunt work of the coaching, then he could, you know, take them off from there.
Almost crazy on the third.
Really?
So, yeah, I want to say I've known him since he was like 20, 19, something something like that.
I made it 150 one time.
I mean, as you probably know, playing against those guys is a whole different animal. You know, it's a whole different kind of poker.
Yeah, definitely. But this type of poker, I mean, this is also a whole different type of animal. I mean,
a lot of the hands from that tournament I'll never forget. Like just because of the people too. Like one of my biggest hands in that tournament was Ace King. My Ace King off versus Eric Seidel's Ace King suited, and I 4-flushed him.
Wow.
For the what propelled me into second in chips
to have that
in day
spot.
one. Yeah, so I'll always remember that hand for sure. You know, winning Ace King off to Ace King suited for a huge pot. It's pretty.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, just think if you don't win that, then you don't have $1.2 million for it.
Why you call it bluff?
Yeah, I've been trying to get another 7-figure score ever since then, but
Yeah, I mean, that's everyone's goal. Jack 8-3, monotone board texture, all clubs. David S. and AJ the Pro are heads up in this.
Why would I choose?
Personally, I would love to keep talking about the really fun poker stories, but yeah, we got a stream to keep going on.
yeah, we better.
$300 over pop bet from David with the up down straight draw on the 10 of clubs. That is,
Unfortunately, nobody else.
yeah, AJ with just stone nothing takes it down.
No coolers.
So the red button in front of them, stand-up game, it looks like we have 3 people with the buttons in front of them. If they have a button in front of them, it means 4 people now. That means they have 1 a pot, so they are now quote-unquote sitting down. Players without the buttons means they are still quote-unquote standing up. And the last person standing up owes everyone else $50. So it costs you $400 in this 5-5 game. So pretty much a buy-in at most other 5-5 games. And of course, the Deuce to 7 game is still going live.
Hey, look.
And this is Valley's Big Bet Poker. You can find them at Big Bet Poker Live. Big Bet Poker Live on Twitch and, of course, on YouTube as well. This game is being played at the Tropicana in Las Vegas.
Just call.
I mean, how many 5-5 games you see guys sitting with 7 stacks?
Yeah, certainly not common. This game really does play like a 10-20 no limit. Or at least like 10-20 online. A very, very, very good 5-10 live game.
This is
like a 5-10 Texas game maybe, or
I mean, 5-5, and we're raising it up 300 per year.
Yeah.
Looks like we might have 3-way to a flop.
Yeah, this has been like common action. Like this stuff has been literally all night long. It's been like this.
And it was like abusing the pocket. I felt that the most.
The one thing I've noticed since I've been sitting here is the chatter is nonstop. No break in the talk, which is always nice.
Yeah, this is very uncommon too.
Sorry.
That's why I said this is a home game that they're streaming essentially. They play all the time at Resource World. They all know each other pretty well.
I've always kind of wondered when I've watched streams how many people in the audience would prefer to listen to the table chatter over the commentators talking.
Yeah, it's just talking to you about that story. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I've told it a few times, but it never gets old, I guess.
Yeah. Jack 5-3 Rainbow. We have this 3-way all-in. Ajaz is all in for $640. AJ the Pro's got $19.45 effective. Shoving betting $175 into this $1,900 pot.
He already changed.
I mean, I do feel like since that story's 7 years removed, that I'm due for another story.
Well, I don't have any stories like that, so I guess that makes me very due. So maybe what we could do is chop the win main. Heads up.
Me too. I've had some pretty good spins actually in this summer. I was down to my last 30,000 in cash for my
poker
summer bankroll that I was intending on playing. And I came and played. I bought in for 10K. I played 25.50. I cashed out for 90. That week I ran that 30 into about 450.
What do you have, bro?
That's
right here at Big Bet Poker. So.
Look at his hand here.
So if you want to turn 30K into 450, apparently 50, 100, and 1, 200 is all it takes.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention the day after I ran it up to 450, I did come back and play here and bluffed off about 150 of that to Joe Tehan. I knew he had aces too, and I just tried to, I told him I knew he had aces, and it still didn't work out for me. But I tried to pull a bluff on a really...
That's a savage bluff.
A board with not really... I couldn't have had much. I think it was 8-8-9 flop, and
you could have an 8.
I check raised. I check called the flop and then check raised the turn, and then jammed river.
You could definitely have an 8.
Tehan was banking on the river, and after about a minute, I said, "Come on, Tehan, you're never folding aces." And he goes, "You know what, Brian? I think you're right. I think I just have to pay you off." And I was like, "Shit, maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut."
Every hand you go blind.
Yeah, for me, talking during hands can spots like that can be pretty difficult because it just comes down to how you perceive that guy's gonna, you know. If you're talking, are you weaker? Are you stronger? Are you confident? Are you trying to sell that you're confident? Are you?
Jonathan, do you hear that?
Especially when you tell the guy exactly what he has.
Yeah.
How much money they had to have in front of him?
Blind. 1,000 plus.
Well, he limped pre-flop, and I raised
really big.
I raised, and he limp raised pretty big pre-flop, and I told him right then, I said, "So you limped aces, huh?" And after I kind of knew what he had, or I really felt like I knew what he had, I just felt obligated to try to bluff him off.
Right. You tell him his hand, and then
It's like, oh, okay. And on top of that, you
that's real savage.
Ended up not being a very good idea.
because you're next.
Starting the stream,
Yeah, you guys have a huge stack.
120K stuck or whatever.
Me too.
Isn't always ideal.
No, definitely not. But, you know, the fact that you have the heart to do stuff like that is probably why you've gone from, you know, 30K to 500 plus and done all these spin-ups and stuff. And I've always just
What do
been
you mean reasonable amount?
trucking along, grinding.
I don't know what we're.
Yeah, I think as I get older, I'm a little bit more
Jonathan, what
risk adverse to the gamble, but
I mean, if you still did it this summer, that's, yeah. It's funny that that's risk adverse for you, and if I ever did something like that, my husband would kill me.
Playing 1, 2.
I noticed every time you raise, you can re-raise it.
So we have an open to 30, 2 calls, a 3-bet to 250.
$100 with like
Because
Jack 5.
you can't eat a Cheesecake Factory.
Corey's 3-bet size has definitely been more in line with theory. You can definitely tell being a younger kid that he at least understands what the theory looks like. I mean, the hand like A7 is pretty ballsy squeeze, but base blocker
deal with that one.
is certainly a good candidate because of that.
All right, dealer change if they want.
So
maybe he also maybe has a read. David's getting a massage. He's nice and
Finally, let's do
comfortable.
it. Oh, yeah.
So for this dealer change, it looks like we're doing a Omaha double board bump pot.
Yeah, David might lose.
Where are you? With
So Omaha double board bomb pot. This is also the last dealer change of the night.
How's the commentating going?
They just asked how the commentating going.
It's going good.
We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're loving it.
they kick you out,
You can go in there with him.
I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Bro, you're the only one.
If you're enjoying the commentary, both us talking a little more or earlier, let us
They
know.
probably are looking at me when I open.
I gotta tell while she's shuffling. I gotta tell a really funny story. So one night, Layla, just every hand she dealt, I just got cooler or sucked out on or whatever. So when I left, when I got filtered for like the 3rd time of the night, when I left, I told Alex, I said, "Hey Alex, if she's Dylan, I'll never play her again." And when I got to my car, I felt so bad. I was like, if someone else would have done that or said that, I would have thought they were such an ass. And I couldn't believe I actually said it. So I had to send her I sent her flowers the next day to kind of apologize. Because I felt so bad. I was like, that's just so
obviously
unlike me.
yeah, but obviously you didn't actually mean it or anything like that.
Yeah, but when I got to my car, I was like, wow, why did I even say such a bad thing? You know? And I felt like such an ass. I sent her a bouquet of flowers the next day.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, everyone knows that you're a very nice guy. And
well, now we're really cool, so I like her a lot.
So Omaha, double board bomb pot.
That's an option.
So in Omaha, with there being this many players, the likelihood someone has, say, a full house on the bottom is pretty high. You know, it's pretty easy for someone to have 10-7. 7x is obviously going to be super common. On the top board,
He checked.
this board texture, it's very dynamic. Best hand possible changes on almost every card in the deck, with the exception of jacks and tens, not diamonds. So certainly could be a very action board. And the other thing too is the nice thing about the 10-7-7, someone could very easily have 7x of diamonds. So they could have trips down below with a nice little flush draw up top.
So do you think it's easier to scoop in Omaha bomb pots or
no limit bomb pots? Because in Omaha, it's very easy for someone to have the top up of the nuts up top while the other person has the nuts down below.
You know what we should
Well, no limit.
have to have a really specific board.
What was the other one?
Yeah, to scoop. Yeah. And it's also very tough to get everyone to fold in PLO because the likelihood that someone has a very strong hand is very high.
At some point,
Just quads.
pull the gems.
Speaking of the 7 of diamonds, she did have it.
Why did you back just check?
Open-ended.
Yeah.
And here, like, yeah, she has quads down below, but her hand is very vulnerable up top. She doesn't have a very good hand up top. And it's actually, her just taking it down isn't a terrible thing. Because the likely, like, let's say she checked it, or even she bets and she gets a caller, or 2 callers, the likelihood that caller has some big combo draw up top or has her hand pretty dead up top is very high.
Let me just answer real quick.
That's why in like Omaha, it's so hard to scoop these double board bomb pots, and they just end up getting chopped a lot. But, you know, double board bomb pot chop, they still made, you know, a couple $100 from, you know, or however much it is, depending on how big it is. So stand-up game is still live. Each of the buttons mean they've won a pot before. So if they don't have one in front of them, it means they haven't won a pot. So it looks like seats 9, 8, and 7 don't have the stand-up buttons. The last person without a button ends up paying everyone else $50. So it's $400 to lose that. So while this is 5-5, still a decent-sized game.
Absolute nut.
So, Johnson, McShevin, and
And of course, this is Bally's Big Bet Poker Live at Big Bet Poker on Twitter, at Big Bet Poker Live on Twitch. This, of course, is from the Tropicana Resort and Casino in Las Vegas.
These two don't have a button, so.
Speaking of Vegas, how long have you been in Vegas? Like, how long have you, like, largely lived here for?
I've kind of went back and forth ever since 2016.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Kind of divide my time between Texas and Vegas. I left after the series.
Check.
The end of July, last week of July, and I just got back yesterday.
Makes sense.
Just gonna be staying for about 3 weeks and.
I thought one of these was going
And then
to
come back for the win stuff, of course.
Yeah.
WPT Championship at the Win in December. Massive series. Will be a lot of fun. Lots of buy-ins.
Can you explain it?
That's where I could get my seven-figure score.
That's where I'm hunting for my first 7-figure. Also my first score over 200K.
I actually caught
I've never had one yet.
$5 like with the first card.
Can we see cards? You see cards at showdown or when the hand ends for this 5-5 game.
Good strategy.
So the reason why we don't see show cards until it ends is because this is an entirely live stream. That means what you're seeing right now is happening essentially right now. It's probably on like a 10-second delay from the viewer.
Wait, that one?
So this is completely and totally live.
I was thinking, bro.
It's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen a stream that didn't have a delay.
Yep. So Big Bet, Bally's Big Bet, they're trying to be a little bit more innovative. They're trying to test out different things, and they're just trying to have a diversity of options and games and approaches. And, you know, seeing what people enjoy. So even if, like, the majority don't enjoy this, there are certain people that prefer this because they get to try to figure out what everyone's doing, try to guess what everyone has. You know, if you're just shown the whole cards, yeah, you get to figure out whether or not you do the same thing, but it's also a lot easier to just go, oh, this person has this hand. Yeah, I would have made this fold.
Yeah,
now you just get to find out after the fact, and that makes it a lot tougher.
I've always thought when the whole cards are displayed, it makes it real easy for people watching to be very judgy. Like, why the hell did he do that? And it's like, bro, I can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when you try to bluff into the nuts, and everyone at home's going, what the hell are you thinking?
Yeah, why would you bluff here? He very clearly has the nuts, and you're just like, I've literally played with this dude for 11 hours, and he hasn't had the nuts. And I've gotten 14 folds through. Like,
people doing 12 jobs.
Yeah, see, that's why I kind of like this type of stuff too, because as a commentator, it actually makes me work a lot harder to try to go, oh, maybe it's this, or that. Speaking of which, we have a 3-bet pot here with their heads up between Jonathan and Ajaz. 5-5-4 flush draw. Ajaz looks like is
Just going to move in on this flop.
jamming and getting snap called.
Jonathan, he said.
An interesting shove on a paired board.
With king, queen of spades and ace jack. Jonathan snapped off the ace high. I didn't even think about it. Wow.
You beat me. Give me my hand.
Look at this call.
What?
King, queen.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, no diamond. It's a pretty,
He just snapped it off.
pretty
I actually
ballsy
like
call.
that he doesn't have a diamond in his hand. Unblocking flush draws makes your opponent more likely to have a flush draw. But still, that's a ridiculous call.
It really is.
I think I'll take this.
I mean, even, okay, so for this hand, even if we saw the whole cards, we saw the call,
These
still
guys play
ridiculous
with each
call.
other a lot.
Oh, yeah,
though,
they
right?
play with, yeah. So the
So I'm
absolute nuts
sure he
crew.
understands that Ajaz is very
Yep.
capable of.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, you could call there and he just has ace queen, ace king.
Let's find your.
It actually seems pretty hard to be ahead with ace jack there.
We
But
just 4 more stand-up games.
Three flop. Nothing on the board.
Very, very, very
it helps when you have experience with
that a
your
Yeah.
opponents for sure.
Yeah, so almost everyone here has played a lot versus each other. The only person that is new to this group is Corey. Corey Eyring. He is a poker content creator, YouTuber. Has a vlog that's been very successful. So if you enjoy poker bloggers like
Wasn't a bad beat. He's not
you
that.
know, like Brad Owen and all those types of guys, Andrew Neem, of course. Definitely check his out as well. You'll probably enjoy his content. The rest of the players here, they're part of this group called, talk about this all night, but absolute nuts. Guy who's streaming right now who just made that absurd ace jack call. He's one of the co-founders of it. He is streaming live right now on their YouTube. You can see his whole cards and all the decisions he's making. So if you want to do a little bit of a live stream, you can see his whole cards and see everyone else here. Allan here, Richardson, plays high stakes cash games. He's an ex-jeweler.
Yeah, you can look.
He's also one of the co-founders. And then David with the black hold hat. He's also one of the other co-founders.
Allan seems just to love poker.
Yeah, he really does. And really, he is Mr. Vegas, too. He's helped set up a lot of this stuff. He's helped set up a lot of the other poker stuff in Vegas. He's a mover and a shaker in Vegas.
From a guy with a lower view.
In a lot of different ways. So certainly is Mr. Vegas, and he just loves the game. I mean, you can tell here he's having probably just as much fun as if they were playing 1-200. He just loves the game.
Yeah. Anybody feel the table go up?
Yeah, my read from watching Ajaz play is that the money isn't very much. This money doesn't.
No, it doesn't matter to him
very
either.
much
Yeah, no, almost.
I mean, he did call off a grand earlier with King Deuce off. So.
No, the King Deuce off call was that was McShovin.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay,
Ajaz
my
had
bad.
ace 10 suited.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, but Ajaz has definitely been the loosest player. Likes to
You
play
see
with
his
his
hand?
hands. We have a $300 bet here with Corey calling the C-bet and this 3-bet pot.
What do you have?
On
I
the
already told you before the
turn,
hand started when he turned his
River
camera on.
clubs come in.
What do you have?
Clubs does come in. He looks like
Ajaz bets 350 maybe, 375. He just stuck out a tower of green.
It's 325.
325. Third pot, this is definitely kind of like a blocker value bet. So this is probably like an ace jack type hand, ace queen type hand. Even ace king that's worried about the eight of clubs on the river.
What's up with the camera?
Oh, he's vlogging everything too. He's showing, you know.
I have a 3.
That's good.
Oh, 3.
2-3.
Deuce 3.
Oh, he misread his hand.
Thought I had a.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he did run a bluff,
I thought I
but
had a 3. That's exactly why.
Wait a minute, reshoot that.
Better get out the camera for that one.
Oh my.
He did misread his.
I thought I had 3.
So when he said he had a 3, had Corey already tabled his hand? Or?
yeah, Corey like flipped it up.
No, I had the 3. I would have.
Yeah,
Imagine
no, he
if
thought he
Corey
had
would have just.
4-3.
Imagine if Corey would have just mugged.
You would have been
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Did that, and I bet
I thought you were bluffing.
But I
I
don't
bet
think
if
he
he
was.
did
I don't
and
think he was trying to do
no,
anything.
if he like,
3.
you know, said he had a 3 and flipped up his deuce 4, he probably would have given it. I'm sure he would.
Right.
He doesn't care about the money. He's gonna do the right
Terrible
thing.
call.
I saw
It was a bad one.
on this other stream, I saw a situation where a guy called the river in a similar spot, thinking he had trips, and ended up just having 5 high or whatever, 6 high. Have you ever been in a spot like that where someone like misreads their hand on the river and calls the spot?
I have.
Can you misread your
I guess through the years I've seen just about the most embarrassing thing I've ever done is I try to pull a big bluff on a turn.
It just has to stay.
And
Is it $100?
on the river,
Do I have a button?
the board made a straight,
Robert, give him money. It just has to stay.
and I didn't table my hand because I didn't realize it.
Right.
I was so like stuck on the bluff I'd tried pulling off on the turn. It goes check on the river, and
You muck?
he tables his hand, and I just muck, and everybody's like, "Bro, you have a straight." And it was probably about an 8K pot, so I just gave away 4K because I just didn't
Did he
table my
give you
hand.
back the 4K? No. Yeah, so like those types of spots, I think it's pretty interesting. As I've seen like you know, in that similar situation,
400 and
you know, most people are saying that he should give back the money, and I think that, you know, I think that is obviously the most ethical and proper approach, and I think that's what you should do too. But I also understand, you know, if you're the type of person that's just like, part of
Club too.
the game is if you make a mistake, it's just on you. It's poker. It's not, you know.
Well, I was on stream too, so it was pretty embarrassing.
Jeez, that's a rougher one. Yeah, that's a rough one. That makes me feel a little bit better about not showing in the stand-up game. First time I ever did it. Oh, I've done something pretty similar. I once, long time ago. It's probably 2011 because I was actually playing cash. I once called on the river with 5 high, thinking I had a flush, and didn't recheck.
Yeah, I think we've all done that,
Yeah.
and then once we do it for the next 10 years, we
Double
and
recheck.
triple check
Yeah.
our cards.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely do that a lot.
I've done that before. Where
So we have a really big pot here. Sorry, we were reminiscing and talking about this stuff. But okay, so we have $1,300 in the middle, double flush draw board, King 9-5, 2 diamonds on flop, turn 3 clubs. Flop did check through. So I think this is just a 3-way 3-bet pot.
So what do we bet 200 into
If it's a 1-2,
to a $1,300 pot with?
645 back.
that he plays, I want to know.
Tens,
5-5.
ace 9, 9 10.
5-5.
You only
Very interesting bet.
I'm gonna say 9 10. That's my guess.
Are you talking about what this game is?
Hard.
And then 2 calls.
It's a tournament.
This is a tournament.
Turn clubs coming in.
Hey, Jonathan, we're playing a tournament.
Think of AJ as jams. Maybe he has like queen. I think he has like 9 10.
Yeah.
If you don't get one of these, you're out.
There's
Checks
See what we got
around.
here.
Ace 8, ace queen 5-4. Wow.
Look at this pot.
Look at this pot.
Bottom pair wins.
What the fuck, bro?
4-5 wins it, huh?
Oh my god.
See, this is like why, like, you know, here I'm trying to guess, and I'm not even in like the realm of
King 9.
anything.
I know.
No,
It really makes not having the whole cards a lot tougher. But in a good way, I think. Definitely in a good
King
way.
9, I would have flopped 6 pairs. 6 pairs. And Kaku wins with a fucking 4. Maybe you need to
That's a pretty interesting hoodie.
Again, he can get
Yeah, I love it. That's great.
a hotel room, bro.
I like the hat a lot too, honestly. That hat just makes me, it reminds me of like, you know, just after Moneymaker 1, there's a lot more like different characters and stuff, and especially like 2005, 2006, and 2007, you know, when Raymer with his weird glasses. So more and more people after that did like ridiculous outfits and really fun stuff.
This guy, bro.
So it reminds me of like watching 2007 WSOP episodes.
Is this too easy?
Yeah, it seems like Jungle Man's really kind of bringing the costume
Yeah, exactly.
aspect.
Yeah, so he beat.
He shows up as a different character quite often.
Yeah, he beat a good friend of mine when he won the 50K. That was,
Macho Man?
I think that year was Macho Man or was Goku.
Yeah, he did.
Whichever. I know he won it once as Goku, won it once as. I think it was Macho Man, and the second year was as Goku, which is just like so ridiculous in like the best way possible. It's awesome. That's the thing about like my generation of players. We don't have many characters like that. They're definitely an exception.
Jungle Man is definitely a character.
What are you gonna have?
So we have
Every time I've played with him, I kind of noticed that everyone at the table is really kind of like tuned in and trying to listen to what he's going to say.
Of course. I'm good with the beer.
No, beer
So we have a 4-way raise pot. He's raised pre-flop to $45 with 3 callers. Corey bets $40 into this pot, going about quarter pot. I can definitely tell that Corey has done like some theory studying and is definitely trying his best to play well. Yeah, he's been like a little splashy in spots. He's gotten out of line. He's done some things, but most of it has been a little bit in line, or at least his sizes and stuff have been in line. AJ raising to $120, going 3x.
Green tea shot, green tea shot, green tea shot.
I haven't done anything.
Green tea shot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Green tea shot, green tea shot, green tea shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So we've got someone ordering shots for the table.
Yeah.
Green tea.
I mean, they are about to wrap up their night, but this is the second shot of the night. It's not like, the first table shot of the night. Have you, a buddy of mine, back when he was still grinding a lot of cash, he was saying that some of the games they were doing, like, you were required to drink, like, 2 glasses of wine, or over the course of the night you had to drink a full bottle of wine. You played in games like that before?
I have.
Yeah.
I'm
Ooh, AJ running a pretty feisty bluff here. Backdoor straight and flush draws with
I guess I'm not
heart.
opposed to it as long as everyone has to do it.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't drink at all, so I would never.
I was involved in a home game where they would bring you shots of tequila, like about every 10 minutes they were showing up with shots. It turns out later on I found out that the people running the game were drinking water.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So they were doing shots of water. The 2 guys that were running the game were doing shots of water while everyone else was getting trashed.
Yeah,
which is pretty unethical.
Yeah, stuff like that never. This is why I like games like this. When you're in a casino, everything is well taken care of and things like that. And of course, Bally's Big Bet here, they do such a wonderful job of taking care of the players. Apple was wondering who the players are. So this game, brought to you by Bally's Big Bet Live at the Tropicana in Las Vegas. This is the Absolute Nuts game. Absolute Nuts, they are YouTube, social media, all that stuff, all around poker, of course. Jonathan here is actually live streaming this game right now on YouTube. You can see his hole cards and stuff. But they're just people that play for fun. Nobody plays for a living here.
So most of these guys local to Vegas?
Yep. Pretty much all of them live in Vegas with the exception of Corey. Everyone else lives here in Vegas. They play 3 nights a week. So they're just people that love the game. Each of them have different professions. We have a doctor, we have a lawyer, we have multiple ex-business people, multiple current business people, like, business owners or ex-business, they're all just like normal people and a pretty wide range of people too. So they just like to have fun, and as you can tell, they've been having a lot of fun. So we have a 3-way pot here on this turn, single raise pot, bet and 2 callers on turn. King 7-3 Deuce with double flush draw.
6 on 7 call.
These double flush draw boards are a lot of fun. I always really enjoy them from a theory perspective because you get to do some ridiculous stuff. Real ridiculous stuff. Like a spades on the river is a real fun card. The 4-5 here in this group is definitely very live. Spades, of course, very live. Even hands like King 6 offsuit, very live.
So do you feel like if you're playing against this guy with the mask that you're like tempted to bluff him just because of the mask?
With the hat?
Yeah.
I don't think so. If anything, probably
you're a little more disciplined than me. I think I would. I'd be tempted to try to bluff him.
I think for me it'd be the opposite, because I think when someone's doing that, they're maybe taking it a little bit less seriously, and they're probably going to be less likely to find disciplined folds.
Had a king.
Oh no, I had a king.
I probably wouldn't bluff versus him, and I'd probably bluff catch way more versus him.
Yes.
I like this hat. I just noticed the hold hat.
Oh, the hold? Yeah. The hold hat's a great hat. I like it too. So yeah, this group, they just play for fun. They like to have fun. It's been one of the most talkative games I've honestly seen in an extremely long time.
That may not be very appropriate, but also notice we've got 3 or 4 really nice watches in play here.
Yeah, like I said, business people, business owners, ex-business owners, crypto guys. You get a little bit of everything here. Doctors, lawyers, physicians, pharmacists. Real good mix of everything. I think Corey is the YouTube content creator. David actually is a YouTube content creator too. He has a handful of different YouTube channels, a big YouTube company.
Way in the bottom.
You know, I won't even mind it.
You know what Allan does outside of poker?
He used to be a jeweler. He was like one of the biggest jewelers, and now he's just he's Mr. Vegas now. He just gets stuff done in Vegas. So he is a Vegas legend. So we have a very fun 4-way 3-bet pot, looks like. Corey folds. 3-way 3-bet pot.
That's so silly.
Ace, King 10, two-tone, King 10 of clubs.
The magic. It wasn't happening that time.
What is it?
Next hand, though.
It was a straddle. So this is a 3-way raise pot, sorry.
Bet 200.
Tell them to take this shit out of here. We're done.
$200 bet and 2 folds of down.
You could do beers or maybe some glass of champagne or something like that. But
So in this game, I've seen more 4, 5, and 6-way 3-bet pots than I think I've seen in the last 2 months of playing live. And I've definitely seen more 3, 4, and 5-way 4-bet and 5-bet pots than I think I've seen maybe the last 3 years of playing live or something.
I mean, David did take the 9-6 for the flop for $150. So
Yeah, but, you know,
mixing it up.
In a hotel.
well, it's not the big slick, it's a big lick, and you like to have fun with it sometimes.
Give him this. Just give him
But
that.
they've just been like really going after it in like really creative and weird ways. No one's like, I mean, even Corey, who obviously studies some, is still, he's been going after it. He's played some pretty absurd pots with like Queen 6 offsuit, finding that squeeze with Ace 7. He was definitely like really,
Same thing that's
he's not just, you know,
is going in the lemon.
playing tight and straightforward. He's
knows that
really trying to battle.
All right, fuck it, 100.
And I think the tightest VPIP, we'll see this very soon. My guess is it's still like 25%.
No. I have
I've really noticed lately that poker's turned into a younger man's game. When I was coming up, everybody at the table, I was the youngest guy back then, and it was always a bunch of older guys, especially in cash games.
My fucking move.
Now you look, there's a real youth movement in poker. You know?
So that youth movement actually started when I started playing live. So when I started playing live, it was, you know, my age of players were all internet grinders.
You know, bro.
So I would see a 21-year-old, I'd, you know, ask who they were, and we'd be like, oh, we've played 2,000 hands versus each other.
We're not around.
And what's actually interesting to me is when you say that, is each year I've been seeing poker get older and older because my generation of professionals are aging. So if you look at the main event, each year the main event has gotten like 6 months older on average for like the average age. And it's because this generation of professionals, you know, we're aging. But on top of that, my generation now has more expendable income. We've been, you know, watching Moneymaker, Twitch, all this other stuff. So I think it's like a mixture of all these different things causing it to be around.
Yeah, I think all the
my age
live
range.
stream games and so much more access to material.
who wins?
People are much better at poker nowadays. Too.
Yeah, that too. There's
so
definitely really good commentators. There's things like all the Twitch streams. There's GTO study apps. There's coaching sites like the one that I helped made and the head coach for, learnpropoker.com.
Hurry up.
Only tournaments.
I say
Yeah, you have content in a lot of different ways that can really help players learn and improve. And a lot of the content's a lot more approachable these days as well. But also it's a lot closer to known theory, and that known theory has gotten better and better and better.
Only the Martini.
Vixen has definitely lost some all-ins. She bought in originally for 2,000. I then think she rebought for 1,000. That or she just spun it back up. So I think she bought in for 2,000. Maybe she kept spinning it back up.
And then wonder what my VPIP's falling.
She might have rebought, but I'm not 100% confident
For 100,
about that.
try and keep my VPIP above 30%.
So this stream, once again, of course, Bally's Big Bet Live at the Tropicana in Las Vegas. If you've been enjoying this, Big Bet Poker Live on Twitch, of course, Big Bet Poker Live on YouTube, Big Bet Poker on Twitter, all those other social medias as well. I'm pretty sure it's just the same, Big Bet Poker.
Because they probably
If I got that incorrect, I'm sure I will be corrected by production, but I'm pretty sure that's all correct. And of course, this is, you know, know, the Tropicana,
Put your mask down.
I think it's been a wonderful venue to play at. You've played it in a lot. I know you absolutely love it too. It seems like this is one of your favorite games to play cash in, and you've been successful at it too. It helps a little bit, but I know you love the production, which is why you're here.
Love the people, for
yeah,
sure.
it really is
Love to
absolutely
support
great.
'em. On that note, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, all that good
Share,
stuff.
repost, retweet, rethread.
If you like what you're seeing and you want more of it, it's always good to subscribe. That keeps it going.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's obviously a decent group of people here, decent size. You know, things like likes and shares and talking about friends. You know, talking to friends and stuff. Mad Quick, big bet. What are the blinds? So while this is a 5-5 game, which is a little bit small. That being said, they're doing a $50 Deuce to 7 game. They're also doing a $50 stand-up game, and this has really been a 10-20 game pretty much all night. I think the smallest pot I've seen post-flop has been, I think on the if we've gotten the river and there's been action at any point, the smallest pot I've seen is like $1,000. So this is not a 5-5. It's really like a 10-20 game. Last night the biggest winner was plus 12,000, which is that's a 10-20 plus type game. And also while this game is a little smaller, in 2 weeks, the games that you're playing in, so what, 50, 100, 100, 1, 2, 2, and I think the $25, $50 with a $50 ante, that's their normal small game. So, 25, 50, 50, which is a very big game, that is usually their lowest stakes. But this, today's stream has been brought to you in part also by Absolute Nuts. They are, as y'all can see, they're a very fun-loving group of people. They just love the game. And on top of that, they of course also they have a YouTube channel, Absolute Nuts. Jonathan, right now, he's been live streaming this whole thing. So if you're just now catching in, but you want to see a recap of this, obviously you can check it out here. Just watch the replay, like and share, of course. But you can also go to Absolute Nuts' stream and see his hole cards throughout the entire night. So you can watch them both next to each other, see what decisions he's making, and see all of his hole cards. And then for us, while you don't get hole cards in the moment, you get the hole cards at the end of the hand, since this is actually live. So this is on like a 5-second delay. Well, normally to see the hole cards on a 30-minute delay. So you can interact a little bit more instantly with players. You can get a little bit more quick feedback and stuff. And also it's a little bit more of a change of dynamic rather than just seeing every hand.
So what about the guy sitting at home right now that's watching this and he thinks, you know what, these guys, they're terrible. I can beat this game. How does that guy get involved? How does he get up here and
All
play?
you got to do is Big Bet Poker on Twitter, on all of those social medias. Message them, say you want to play, see what type of stakes you're interested in. While most of the time they play 25, 50, 50 or bigger, so they do play this is Valley's Big Bet, of course. They occasionally do run games like this just to get more diversity of players and games involved. If it's 25, 50, 50, that's a pretty small pool of players that's going to play in. It's not really interesting the same people every single night, at least not to me. I like seeing a nice rotation. So some of the games are play like this, which, I mean, if this is what 5-5 cash was like, I would play cash all the time. I would be a cash game pro, not a tournament pro.
No chance. He comes back without it.
So next week, we are largely going to be back to the full delay, and you'll be able to see hole cards. So the non-delay games like this, they're certainly going to be a little bit more rare, but again, it's to provide variety, to try to give viewers not just the same thing each week and each time, to try to test different things, see what people enjoy. Also try to provide a good product to a lot of different people. Not everyone wants to see the exact same delay on every game. They want to have a little bit more options. And I certainly enjoy it as a commentator too.
We gotta get the VTIP up here.
As well as a viewer. Looks like AJ is going all in for $415.
Before you finish,
David S. snapping it off.
And you guys gonna do the double bluff?
It's going to be one of the last hands of the night.
Wow, holy fuck.
You know he always ran it once.
Jonathan
He's
goes all in.
Rebel. He wants to arrive to 100,000. When he arrived to 100,000.
And David snaps it off. So one of the last hands of the night. Oh, 7 deuce, king jack, and jacks.
Am I sure?
I noticed David there with the king jack. He snap calls the $400 all in, gets jammed on for 2K, and snaps that off without thinking about it. King jack offsuit.
What's your boy's name? You guys?
Let's do 8, 9, 10.
Pocket jacks here, of course, a pretty nice size favorite. Jonathan only runs it once.
Root for you.
It's a pretty good flop.
Root for you.
It's a ooh. Oh,
wow, that's pretty gross.
That's an ugly
poker,
river.
folks.
Yes.
That is an ugly river.
You do. Yes. This is good.
You think she's going to tip me?
One time for the one time. David Senior wins it.
Those types of runouts, you know, it never, ever feels good. And honestly, you know, when you take a beat like that, it feels so personal sometimes. Especially when you're downswing, you're like, oh, this always happens to me. You know, how could I just get this beat over and over and over?
What's the line that Allan will come back with?
Poker
Martini would have been there.
Poker variance that doesn't care. Running well, you'll take these beats. Running poorly, you'll keep taking these beats. And also, honestly, you know, if there wasn't this type of variance and stuff in poker, the game wouldn't. This would be like chess.
Right.
You know
Not that many people would play.
Exactly. You know,
That's what
chess,
keeps people playing, that anyone can win. And
That's it.
No, bro, you have to pay me more if you want to.
What was that? I'm helping you. I'm giving you more chips. I'm giving you 5 chips for one.
Sure.
Why were you screaming my name?
Because I wanted you not to leave in the stand-up game, bro.
Why?
Just adding 2,000.
Just postpone it while I'm gone, obviously.
Four
Like they do when someone goes to the bathroom.
Oh, shit.
I think one person got one while you were gone.
25.
Yeah, exactly. So absolute nuts. This was essentially the absolute nuts game. This is.
No, he literally went all in.
They are, as you can see, a very fun-loving poker group. Jonathan, who just took that brutal beat like a champ, didn't say a word. He is one of the co-founders of it. He is live streaming it right now on the Absolute Nuts channel. They've been playing games here the last couple of weeks. They're doing a double board Omaha bomb pot for, I believe, the last hand of the night. If you've really been enjoying this stream, like, share, retweet, share it everywhere, do all that jazz. But especially on YouTube, it's really, 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 really important you like and subscribe. It really helps these channels out a lot. If you like and subscribe, and there's more and more people watching, it's much easier to get bigger games and do more things and test different things and all that jazz. Also do more games like this, make things a little approachable, test things out. You know, this is really where everything, it really matters a lot for YouTube, Twitch as well. And also tell your friends about it. If you've really enjoyed it tonight, feel free to, of course, talk about it. If you haven't enjoyed the fact that we don't have whole cards, next week we're bringing back the delay and we'll have whole cards and all that stuff too, so you get a little bit of variety. And in 2 weeks, my co-commentator here, Brian Green, thank you very much for joining us, by the way, and for telling the stories. If you like some really cool poker stories, find the VOD, go back and listen to his big 1-for-1 drop story. One of the most absurd stories in poker, for sure. And yeah, how's your first time in the booth?
I'm sorry.
I enjoyed it. I was just about to say when you said like and subscribe that people can also give suggestions in the comments and stuff about what they would like to see, what they like about the show, what they don't like.
Sure.
I'm sure some will say, okay, don't have Brian back in commentating. He pretty much sucked. But
no, stories. Stories are great. Come on, man.
But yeah, suggestions I always thought would be good.
Yeah, the producers here, they really care a lot. They're, you know, they want to make this into the best thing it can possibly be, and the viewers giving input. This is how you improve something and work on it and help it grow. So if you are enjoying it or there's certain things you dislike, let us know. And they're certainly going to be putting the work to make it improve and also just add some variety. And to me, that's, you know, I think that matters a lot in this industry. You know, there's a lot of saturation with people just doing the same thing. So a little bit of a change is nice. All right, so into this pot, we have a bet of 50, a call, a raise to 385, a call, and this double board Omaha bomb pot.
Pot will be good.
The race at 385 with the cold call. It's only 1-7 left. So someone has a 7 and someone has maybe 2 pair. or like a queen and a flush draw or something like that. Could also, maybe someone could have aces.
Got a pretty sizable pot working.
Yeah, $1,200 in the middle. And they're very deep effective. Certainly has a chance to be the biggest pot of the night.
But Uber Eats is open.
Yes.
And they deliver right here to the
David
back door.
here in the hold hat. He's one of the co-founders of Absolute Nuts. He goes by Don David. He is originally from Colombia, and he is a YouTuber as well. Owns a couple different YouTube channels. So we have a $600 bet and a call. Pot size going into the river is $2,400.
Either way, if I lose,
5 clubs up top would be fun. Ooh. And a 9 on the river too. Wow. 9 of hearts. Someone could actually scoop this pretty easily. Like if you have a flush draw down below, flush draw up top,
is building.
you have a straight and flush draw combo up top, drill your flush, drill your straight.
Check.
7 deuce.
I have the nuts. Bluffs. With a queen.
Chop it up.
Yeah. I thought
Chop.
River,
See, in the Omaha bomb pots, this is like a really common situation. I thought with the 9-9 plus clubs.
I thought you had.
A lot of chop pots once you get heads
I
up.
really thought you had aces.
There's usually a reason why both people are.
And aces can have.
Yeah, and like
Stand in.
David said, he was like very worried about aces. So even though he had topside river to flush, he just checks it back because let's say he bets the river and gets jammed on. He now has to call,
or something.
and that could be a $6,000 mistake. And this is also why the Omaha bomb pots can be more tricky and dicey and a lot tougher to navigate.
I really thought you had aces. So it was like,
That pot, would you fold, river?
I never fold. That's why I call.
Shout out to my boy Alex Lee, the producer, for putting together a good show.
Yeah,
Again.
absolutely wonderful show. Corey with 8,800, bought him for 7,000, so up 1,800 on the night. Jonathan with the short stack here, 1240 after that really brutal beat with Jacks. A-Jazz has been the loosest V-Pip. He's stayed there all night on top. Allan now tightest at 27%, but a group of people all pretty close together. Biggest winner of the night, McShovin, plus 47.55. A-Jazz down 7,000. Pretty wide range of winners, but mostly plus 4,700 and plus 2K being 1 and 2. A couple other 2K winners here. A-Jazz being the biggest loser, and Jonathan. Those jacks that they hold, he's now break even or up a little bit. So sometimes it just takes one beat, and that's it. That being said as well, this is Bally's Big Bet Poker Live at the fabulous Tropicana, Las Vegas, in the wonderful city of Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been your main commentator of the night, Ryan LaPlante. If you've enjoyed my commentary tonight, please check me out at Potential MN. Brian Green has been my co-host tonight. His first time commentating. I think you did a fabulous job, man.
Thank you.
Like I said, those poker stories earlier were absolutely amazing. So if you're just now stopping by and you missed it, go back, watch the VOD. Also, if you've enjoyed this, please go to YouTube, like and subscribe. Share this on all your social medias. Next week, we'll be back with a 30-minute delay and whole cards up for everyone. And in 2 weeks, you'll be back playing 25, 50, 50, 100, and 1, 200. No limit.
Can't wait. Hope you guys will come back and see us on the next stream.
Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe. Stay safe and healthy out there. Best of luck at the tables, and have a fabulous weekend. Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.